Yeah. Some journeys ain't loud. They just steady, they just real. Nature's odyssey. Yeah. Still standing.
I walked through fire, didn't fold and break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's odyssey, still in the game. I done seen the highs and the lows unfold. Heart stay warm when the world went cold. Every scar got a story told. Nate's odyssey, solid gold.
Yeah.
Back when the road felt heavy on my chest. Suitcase full of dreams, pain in my steps. Left everything behind just to breathe again. Sometimes freedom don't come with friends. Late nights thinking where the time went. Love got distant, heart got bent. But I ain't crumbled, I just adjusted. Real men rebuild what's disrupted. Panama breeze with a silent mind. Tryna leave the past behind. But growth don't come if you stay the same. Sometimes you gotta walk through rain. I walked through fire, didn't fold, didn't break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's odyssey, still in the game. I walked through fire, didn't fold, didn't break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's odyssey. Ain't no shortcuts in this life I live. Every lesson cost some, had to give. Trust broken, ego tested. Still I rise, still I'm blessed still. They say why you move so calm. Storms don't shake us steady. I done learned what peace really costs. You don't win unless you lost. This ain't flashy, this ain't hype. This grown man, purpose type. Every episode, every mile. Still got vision, yeah, still got style, yeah. This ain't just travel, it's transformation. This ain't just silence, it's elevation. Yeah. Nate's odyssey.
Yo, what's going on? How's everybody? What's going on? Bear with me, man. I'm having internet issues. But Don, did I add you to the stage? Let me see where you at, King. I thought I did add you to the stage. There you go. What's going on? Can you hear me? Holler if you hear me.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good.
How's everything? How was your weekend?
Same old, same old.
Okay. Yeah, I sent the link to Cuzzo Fatima, but hopefully she'll get on. You might want to send her another shout out. But yeah, but you know, always give them that extra support.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yep, we are here. It is Monday. So how was the Mother's Day? Did you tell your girl who's the mother of your children that you love them and thank you for being a good mama?
Of course.
What they say back? What up, travel POV?
What else could be said, but thank you. Nothing else need to be said.
Yeah, well, they could have said, "Where's my gift?"
Well, you better ask that nigga you laying up with for it.
Oh, sound like you hating. Is you hating?
Come on, cuz you gonna stop assassinating my character with the I'm scared shit. You hating? Fuck out.
You hating? Just say you hating, man. You know,
Nah,
it's all right to be like Ghostface Killer. I put a lot of
bro.
money up. I'm hating. Never be the same
Nah,
again.
nah, nah.
That was my favorite part in that song. That nigga said, "I put a lot of money up. I'm hating. Never be the same again. Wish that you could
Stupid.
understand the
Yeah.
things you put me through."
Nigga, I'm too focused on doing grown man shit to be hating.
Hey, can't hate on that. Can't hate on that. Did you catch the roast of a Kevin Hart this weekend on Netflix?
Nah, not yet.
Oh, it was epic. They had actually Cat Williams show up to roast Kevin Hart. So I thought that was
Wow,
dope.
I heard that, and they supposedly had a little beef at one point, right?
For 15 years.
Damn, that's a
15
long time.
years. Yeah. To be
Oh,
beefing
what?
for real.
What is the question?
You know what it is. It was, you know how it was. Money Mike was the man on the scene before Kevin Hart just came out of nowhere. It was like, yo, he was the short guy. I mean, think of what other short comedians was out here during that time that was getting that momentum.
Not too many.
I mean, who is it? Lil Duval?
Right. That was like one of my first thoughts when you said that. Little niggas.
Lil Rel? I can't think of a lot of short comedians that was out here, especially that was getting the momentum that Kevin Hart was getting. So yeah, that's really what it was. It was like, little comedian beef.
That was little man complex.
Exactly. That's really what it
I
was, man. But
don't know nothing
shoot.
about that.
But shoot, I forgot to give y'all my applause, man. Let me get my applauses out and introduce ourselves. Yeah, so welcome to another episode. We on episode 6 of Real Talk with Nate. I'm your host, the Black Cleaner, and this is my fam and my co-host. Introduce yourself, family.
I am Cool Key, aka Showtime,
Uh-oh.
aka Mr. LCA. I'll slap the shit out of you with a sweaty palm.
Oh, he went back to Showtime. Okay, Mr. Last Nigga to Shine. What was that? LNS, the LNS family.
LNS, last niggas to shine, first niggas on the front line. Loyalty
Yeah.
and sacrifice runs through the bloodline.
Okay. So yeah, we gonna have tonight. We gonna be talking about a good subject. I was gonna talk about mommy issues, to pay homage to the moms because we had Mother's Day just yesterday. But there was some
Now
things
you
that
gotta
came up.
let them have their day, because you can't be presenting mommy issues the day after Mother's Day, bro. That's kind of wild.
Exactly. So I'm gonna let them live. We're gonna let them live. Maybe I eat them up next week. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even on Father's Day, we could, on Father's Day, which is next month, we could let them have it.
Right.
Especially the ones who be talking about I'm the mother and the father in the relationship.
Yeah. That's
So I need my gift on that day too. Okay, we're gonna give you the tie. Here's your tie and your big piece of chicken. Because that's all we get.
That's so funny you say that.
Shit.
Now, respectfully, some women do deserve both roles because they out here playing both roles. So you got to tip your hat to some of them.
Okay. If you want to give them their homage, we'll give them their homage on this day for the mothers and the fathers that play the mothers and the fathers role on Mother's Day.
Right.
Cueing the music. Everybody, it was funny because I was on somebody else's live and They was talking about, damn, yo, I didn't know that you could play music on StreamYard. Yo, that's dope. I wish I'd have thought about that. I'm learning stuff from you all the time, and I've been on doing my live broadcast longer than you. Shout out to Charlie Chan. That was the one who told me that.
Keep them enlightened, cousin.
Yeah, well, everybody, I'm an 80s baby or slash 77. So, I'm a disco baby. But if we understand the hip hop era during that time, nobody was biting each other. Everybody was being original. So, I'm just bringing that with me to the travel space as well. When I be on the scene in the travel space, everybody does their thing. The people that I associate with. Shout out to Ronan, the Wandering Traveler. He does his thing. Vacation Time with Ryan. He got his format and the way that he does things. Charlie Chan TV, Vibing with Misha. Travel POV. Everybody has their thing in the way that they do things. And so when I came on, I was like, all right, well, I want to be able to do it the way that I like to do it. And this is pretty much the way. And I still haven't really gotten to my bag on how I really want to do it because I'm still learning how to man the boards. Right. But as little as time develops, you're going to see me, get better and start to, implement better, newer and better things into it. But getting into today's topic, which is Money Mindset Monday, money making mindset. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, the difference between having a money making mindset and a poor man's mindset. And why did I decide to do this live? Well, number one was because we was talking about a lot of the problems that happen in Panama that I've been experiencing, where, because they don't have a safety net, they're relegated to the underground economy. And it's pretty much the same that goes on in, or that was going on in the United States during the silent generation, but also the baby boomer era. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a safety net. We had to give it how we lived. You know what I'm saying? Our grandparents, they had to be sharecroppers, or some of them were fortunate enough to learn how, or to be able to save their money and get some land. And instead of being a sharecropper, just be a regular farmer.
Right.
And then some of our family members was fortunate enough to, once the Black migration happened, they had all the factory jobs that was going on in up north, Chicago, New York, Boston, Detroit. They got on that train and made their way up to New York to be able to get some of those factory jobs, work at the steel mill and work for GM and Ford at the plant and get their pension. So these were and then some of us went, and some of our family members went into the military. They joined the army. And then some of us, because as I was telling you, my grandfather joined the railroad. He was a part of the Pullman Porter system. Him and his brother. He had a brother that actually was on the railroad as well. So these were the people who had the money making mindset of old to be able to take advantage of what was going on back then, to where they was able to have their families and, build a legacy to where, fast forward, you see some of that has grown and thrived today. I can look at my grandfather. He went to the Pullman Porters. He was able to come up to Boston. He had 9 children, and a lot of the children now were either business owners, have master's degrees, went on to college and bought real estate and did a lot of great things, all because of my grandfather being able to be smart enough and have the wherewithal to say, yo, there's some money on that railroad. Let me go work on that goddamn railroad and get some of that money. You know, same thing with, you know, my grandfather on our mother's side, Will Fennell. Okay. He was working at the, doing the heavy at the scrap metal yard. You know, that was one of his jobs. And then he saved his money and worked along with my uncles. You know, everybody always talks about Uncle Buddy in the family, you know, and Uncle Lewis. You know, those were the three guys in the family who were instrumental in what we was talking about last week when we was talking about how we had properties, brownstones in Boston, and you know, three corner store bodegas during that time. Those were the people who actually, you know, worked, saved their money, and bought, and was smart enough to say, hey, we need to buy some property here up north while, you know, the getting's good. So, but I also want to talk about some of the setbacks, because there were people who ignored the core things that was actually bringing money into the family during that time, and was pushing the kids to do other things. You know, they was disregarding the fact that it was, you know, Uncle Buddy and Uncle Lewis's military benefits that was actually helping, you know, the family maintain.
Right.
It was, you know, the family that was telling the kids, you know, go to school, you know, get your education so that you can go to college and you can go get you a good corporate job, be a lawyer or a doctor. You know, those were the things that they was pushing all of the kids for. They was like, never mind what, you know, Uncle Buddy and Uncle Lewis is doing. You know, go be a lawyer or a doctor, knowing that they didn't know the first thing about being a lawyer and a doctor. And not to hate on those things, okay, because now we do have doctors and lawyers in our family, you know, but during that time, okay, the success of you becoming a lawyer or a doctor was a whole lot more difficult statistic-wise than going to work at the scrap metal yard, or going into the military, or going to work on the railroad, or going to, you know, be on the ship. Because I was on another person's live yesterday, and we was talking about, you know, the merchant marines, how you could actually go and, you know, contract with the merchant marines, go get your merchant mariner card, and they got where you can go work out to sea for 6 months and make 6 figures in 6 months. You see what I'm saying? But these were some of the careers that nobody pushed us towards, because number one, nobody in our family knew about them. All they knew was what they saw on TV, or, you know, what they saw that everybody else saw. Doctor, lawyer, or, you know, as Biggie said, you either selling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. So why am I talking? Well, first of all, who am I to be, you know, talking about all of this stuff? You know, what does your, you know, show me your bank account, Black Cleaner. Nah, I ain't rich. So why can I tell you this? Well, number one, okay, I'm not rich, but I'm free. That's number one, okay? And there's a big difference between being rich and being free. As I told you all in the last live, a rich person is somebody who earns their money off of the labor of someone else. That's what, if you look in the dictionary, that's what rich is. Wealth is someone who has attained a lot of resources that if they was to stop working tomorrow, how long would they be able to live on just the resources that they have? That's, and you know, wealth is measured by the amount of resources that you have. You're, a year wealthy because you have all of this. You probably have, $200,000 in the bank. So if you was to stop working tomorrow and you just lived off of the $200,000 that you had, you'd probably be able to last maybe 1 year before you become broke. Say it again.
I said only a year off of 200,000.
Yeah, because a lot of people, the average, especially in Boston, you live in Boston, the average monthly expenses to live in Boston comfortably is about $5,000 to $6,000 a month.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a tiny house, bro. We're going to spend $8,000 on that, fix it up, set some electricity up, some type of way to use the bathroom, nigga, and other than that, people are really doing it right now and not paying landlords anymore and really living in a tiny house and accepting that shit.
Well, it's no different than what we was doing back in the days in slavery. We was living in the shack. That's all you're doing. You went back to living in the shack. The shack just looks nicer. The shack got granite countertops now.
Right.
And a flat screen TV. And a mini split AC in it. It's just a shack.
Right. It's still just a shack, but
as long as you're able to, as you said, not pay a landlord any money, and you can still get out here and make some money, you'll be all right. Because eventually, as we were just talking about, you're not digging a hole. That's the first thing that they say. When you find yourself in the hole, the first rule is to stop digging. And then once you stop digging, now you can get out here and start putting, pay dirt back into the hole to get you out of the hole. And then you can start growing from there. And that was one of the things that, I was fortunate enough to be able to experience. But I was lucky because, as I said, my mom's was a registered nurse. So she was the one who set us up before she passed away. And she was also another one who was, I tell this story all the time. When I was younger, I wanted to be, when you graduate from kindergarten, they have that little kindergarten graduation. And I remember my teacher asking me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And, I'm just over here just trying to be charming. So I just said, I want to be a judge. So, of course, when she heard that, she was all like, wow, look at this little 5-year-old talking about he want to be a judge. So, of course, when the graduation happens, they call me to the stage and then they're talking about me, and saying my likes and dislikes. And then she says to the audience, well, he also says when he grows up, he wants to be a judge. And all of the people in the audience, they erupt with the little chuckle and a clap. Because they thought that was just so smart of a little 5-year-old saying that he wanted to be a judge. And from that point on, my family was trying to push me on that trajectory to be a judge. And then fast forward, I get accepted into the METGO program. Anybody who knows what the METGO program is, that's where they bus us inner city Black boys and girls out to the suburbs of Massachusetts. You're not in Boston no more. You're in Massachusetts. And now you're out there with the white folks so that they can have diversity in their neighborhoods. So they had a career day at my school when I was in 6th grade. Was it 6th grade? I think it was either 6th grade or 7th grade. But anyway, so go to career day. I choose the lawyer who comes to give his, speech or whatever, or lecture on, what it's like to be a lawyer, a real estate agent, and a travel agent. So I go to the lawyer first, and the lawyer's over there, white guy. He owns his own, law firm, and he's talking about all of the bills he got, all of the student loans he done accumulated, not enough clients, and and all of the bureaucracy of politics that he has to go through, and if he wanted to continue to get his judgeship. So of course he's painting that story to me. I'm like, well, shit, do I really want to be a judge now after hearing that? Go to the next class. There's a real estate agent up in there. She's over there giving away, free posters and stuff like that, which was cool, and talking about her job and, the nice houses that she's able to sell and whatever. But then she gives us the little caveat, because we was like, well, how much do y'all make? He's like, well, we make, a good bit of income, but we earn commission. We don't get paid until we're able to sell a house. I was like, what, commission? I need to get paid. Dividends. That's what we talking about. So real estate agent was out. So then I go, to the last one, which was a travel agent, and he's sitting there, and he got this little California tan, got his shades, and he's talking about, and also he was giving away money, surprisingly. And he basically told us, well, all I do is sit in my office and give away travel brochures and get paid. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then, he had a little contest, and I actually won the contest. And I ended up getting like $5 for winning the contests. So of course, I'm definitely, all hype about, what I want to be. So I go home, I tell my aunt and them, I'm like, yo, I know what I want to be when I grow up. They like, what? I want to be a travel agent. Oh man, I got laughed out of the goddamn living room. They was like, you better go back to wanting to be a judge, nigga. We want judges in this house. We don't want no goddamn travel agents. And my aunt done pulled out this Boston Globe that had the salaries of all of the industries, and she was all like, this is what a travel agent makes. They only make like $32,000 a year. Shoot, this is what a judge makes. A judge makes, $120,000 a year. But you don't need to listen to him because, talking about I shouldn't listen to the lawyer that was there because he was probably trying to discourage me. And I'm like, well, if he was discouraging me, well, he had to discourage the whole class to do it because he was telling the whole class the story. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? As soon as I walk out of the class, he's going to tell them, hey, okay, y'all white guys, hold back for a minute. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. No. He didn't like his job. I mean, yeah, he probably getting paid, a good, decent salary after he pays his student loans and pays, the bills or whatever. And if he got a hot wife sitting at home, shoot, he probably got to pay her bills. So he probably's not. So the juice wasn't worth the squeeze in that regard. But that was the story for that. But also, too, I wanted to talk about the stuff because I was thinking about this, about businesses, people who had businesses back in the day versus, the people who were employees. Because I remember one of the good things that gave me the mindset that I had was the fact that my father had his own pest control company. And he was able to take me on jobs with him when I was younger. And I could actually see him do his job. And then as soon as, he finished doing his job, he would get paid. So I was able to see the whole transaction, the experience. And then it reminded me of, okay, when after school, everybody knows, our aunt used to work in Mattapan Square at the eyeglass office. But she was an optometrist assistant or a receptionist. So we would just see her just sitting in the office, just passing the time. And her white boss wasn't trying to take me under his wing to show me, what it takes in order to be an optometrist. Matter of fact, a lot of times he made it sound so difficult. Oh yeah, you got to go to college, and that's 4 years, and then you got to go to medical school, because of course we are doctors, so that's going to take another 4 years. You see what I'm saying? So but he's not over here showing me the process. He's not taking me into the office and showing me the tools that he's using and how much money he makes every time a client comes in. So it became just exactly. There you go. But also too, do you remember this, cuz? Remember when your aunt took us to Boston City Hospital to her job, and we was down in the basement where she was working part-time, passing out the medical supplies?
Right.
Did you learn anything from that?
No, because she was gatekeeping.
But no, I mean, she really wasn't gatekeeping, because everybody in that. Say it again.
No, I said I'm fucking around. Go ahead.
I was saying she really wasn't gatekeeping, because everybody that was down there, everybody was just sitting around, just trying to pass the time, just waiting for the clock to and so that they can go home and finish their shift.
Right.
But none of them was telling us the importance of the job that they do. Everybody just sitting around, just listening to music, preparing IV drips and whatever type of equipment that needs to go upstairs to whatever floor. That was it. And here I am. I mean, but back then I didn't even know what they was doing. I just remember us, looking at certain packages, like the IVs and the tools, the stirrups and the whatever, the little scissors that they use in order to grab stuff. Right. They just had a whole bunch of stuff sitting around in the basement, but nobody was sitting there trying to explain it to us. So a lot of time, what I'm trying to say to you is, being an employee sometimes is when you're at a little kid and you're seeing what your parents do when it's bring your child to work day. It's something that you don't want to do, because actually you're also sensing the spirit or the attitude of your parents as well. You know what I'm saying? They ain't looking forward to going to that job. They dreaded it. It's just something that they have to do. So what does that tell you? That tells you, okay, well, don't be like me, because that's one of the things that, parents would say, don't be like me. But then they will tell you, what do they often tell you? Go to school, stay in school, get your high school diploma, get your college degree so that you can go get you a better job. But are there better ways of going at it? And I have to ask you this question while we're on the subject, because I remember back in the days that you went to Job Corps and then you went to be a plumber. And then once you got out and you got your plumbing certificate, you was actually a plumber's assistant. What made you stop doing that?
I was an apprentice plumber. And I feel like it was who I was working for. The nigga was robbing me. So if it wasn't gonna be him, it was gonna be the next motherfucker, or the next motherfucker, or the next motherfucker. So, here I am, where I am in life. We need money, so what else was I supposed to do but take to my environment? So that's what I did. Still having an apprentice plumbership under my belt. But I shouldn't have let that discourage me, because the ultimate goal is to own and create your own business overall.
Yeah, and plumbers make a lot of money once you get past that hurdle.
You know, bro, we don't have guidance in life. There's no one showing you any direction. There's no one pointing you at any time in life in the right direction. So breaking cycles out here, being what our parents weren't, being present with our kids, being fathers. Now the time we should be teaching that. Because nobody was pulling me to the side like, hey, come on, cuz, look at me. I was a fucking athlete more than half my life, yo.
Facts.
You know, I sit back and I watch these movies like fucking Blindsided, where here this white family pulls this kid in a household and gives him guidance. I sit back and think sometimes like, damn, what if somebody would have ever did that for me? Like, you know how fucking grateful I would have been. I wouldn't have went through a lot of the things that I went through my teenage years, bro. I was kicked out the door. 13, 14 years old, nigga, get out of here. I don't want you here no more. There was no guidance in that situation either. Yeah. There was a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food in my mouth, but there was no guidance.
Well, I mean, I can understand that too, because we are the age that she was when she had you. Am I lying?
No. She was younger.
Okay. Well, that's even maybe worse. Like, but think about that. Okay, 30s. So she was in her 30s, 30s, early 40s, right? She got to work 3 jobs in order to, you know, maintain a roof over her head for not just her, but you as well.
That's one thing I do. That is so funny. Because, bro, I had to be at every job because who was watching me?
Exactly. See?
Yo, at 6, 7, nigga, I was going from the south end of Mattapan by myself. And knew how to do it. And it was like, okay, how do I want to do it? Do I want to get on this train? Or do I want to take this long ass bus ride? At 6, bro. We was moving like that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have babysitters. It was a nigga, don't answer the phone and don't open the door for nobody.
Latchkey child.
Yeah.
Shout out to the latchkey kids. They had the key around their neck.
But
they wore the key like jewelry.
One thing I do know, bro, is I didn't fuck up in the house. I fucked up when I was outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just didn't do that shit in the house. Because you was trained not to do that shit in the house.
Yeah.
You got your ass whooped if you fuck up some shit in the house.
Yeah, of course.
You know, them little mishaps outside, you get into a little fight or something, or, you know, whatever situation that transpires does, it ain't like that hard of a hit when you gotta deal with it.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that. Well, at the same time too, I mean, I can understand that too, because yeah, my mom's was the same way. You know, you mess up in the house or whatever, you know, boy, you know how much money I paid in order to get this? Whack. But you don't come home running and screaming. Boy, you better get it back out there. Ain't no punks in this house. Better get out there and fight. I don't care if you lose. You're going to get out there and fight. Shoot, I think I fought all of my friends in my neighborhood during that time. At least once or twice.
Yeah.
Remember, who was it? The one time I had 3 cats come to my door. You remember that? Because I think you was in Mattapan. And they was fighting me because of some he say, she say stuff. And I guess they thought I was going to be scared and just run in the house and lock the door. And they was all like, yo, I heard that you was talking trash about me. And I was like, what?
What you talking about? I know you ain't talking about Kwame.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. He came there with 2 other cats. And then they was just, and instead of them wanting to jump me, they just was like, yo, you know, we just gonna give you the fair one. You want to shoot the fade. Who you want to shoot the fade with? So I ended up shooting the fade with Slink. And Uncle Stevie was upstairs watching through the window. Then Levita came out. I'm saying my family's names and stuff. And he was like, go, go, cuz, go, cuz. But I was scared as hell. I'm like, I got these 3 years, but I ain't going out like no punk.
No.
I ain't gonna say I ran in the house.
Hell no.
But back to the money mindset, you know.
Right.
What we learned. Say it again.
It says spin the block.
Yeah. So what we learned basically, as you just said, okay, is some of the stuff, and some of it is good because even if you're learning, you know, street economy, there's some good things that you learn from the street economy because that teaches you entrepreneurship. There's a lot of cats who were quote unquote street pharmacists out here who done turned that around and, you know, made that into a successful 6-figure business once they switched the switched the supply. You know, I always talk about how I was watching the real Freeway Rick Ross on Vlad when he was talking about how successful he is now, and you know his endeavors. He was able to sell the rights to his life, and they turned it into a series. Everybody knows the series. And then also he was able to start, you know, selling other products. And he was saying, shoot, he's like, I'm successful selling baking soda. He said, I wish somebody would have told me that all I had to do, I would have been able to sell, if I would have just took the drugs out of the supply, that I would be this successful. Damn, that's what I would have done. He said, do you know how many uses baking soda has? Baking soda alone, I could have just sold baking soda and been a millionaire. I was like, damn. So, but it was the street, growing up on the street and learning how to, you know, turn nothing into something. That's what the streets teaches you, how to adapt to your environment, how to deal with customers, how to be able to think critically, because you need those things in the street in order to survive and thrive. I remember I was watching The Wire, our favorite show, and I remember the part where shout out to Michael B. Jordan, his character, and he was teaching he was helping the little kids do their homework, and the kids wasn't getting the math right. So then, of course, he brought it into you know, street language, where he was, you know, telling them, you know, okay, X amount of customers want this product, another customers want that product, and you got this, so how much is that? And the girl was sitting there and she was able to get the answer. And he was all like, so how the hell can you do that but you can't do this math. She says, if you mess up the count, you get fucked up.
I mean, there's definitely levels of having to understand versus just paying attention. So you understand.
Exactly. So
That's not funny though.
So there are some lessons that you can learn from that, but the things that were sitting there in plain sight that we could have been taught, like as I told you earlier, the railroad was in our sights all the time. We see Amtrak, we see the transit system, and some of us actually took advantage of it in older age, because actually I think even your aunt worked for the T, right?
Yeah.
She was able to get on with the T, MBTA, so
Yeah.
and get a nice retirement or whatever. But nobody told us, hey, go do that. That's just something that we end up doing because we wasn't able to achieve what the trajectory that they put us on. And that's the one thing that I don't like. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Because had somebody told me about all of these other jobs that was out here that we could have secured and been doing with intention, to where we could be able to, actually make a decent income instead of, going to have to go work as a grocery clerk or a cashier, or go work in a call center answering phones for, $10 to $12 an hour. If somebody would have said, like what you was just talking about, hey, because we did have plumbers in our family, we did have electricians in our family, but nobody said, hey, go, see what, Uncle Oscar and them is doing over there. Go see what, I'm trying to think of some family. Well, it really don't matter. I'm just saying the people who were plumbers, the people who, Uncle Sam, who actually worked in doing work with the boilers and, did the engineering stuff. He was making good money. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, a lot of people will try to discourage us from, seeking those jobs because they were dirty jobs. I tried to push my daughter into, going into the military, Air Force, and it was her mom who was, you don't want to do what your daddy did. You wanted, and started pushing and started doing, what most parents always do, push them, in another direction. But then what happens is, okay, they start to go in that trajectory, and then they fall short of that trajectory. And then what? They end up doing whatever else is in front of them. Like you said, okay, you could have did the plumbing thing, but then you saw that the being a plumber assistant working for them cats, they was robbing you. And then what did you do? You took the next best thing that was in front of you. But had you been raised up in it from 14 years old, being an assistant and then learning the game that way, and then somebody is not robbing you, you would have been able to, in the end, at 19, 20 years old, because there's a lot of fellas that I be seeing, that are 19, 20 years old, not even haven't reached adulthood, and they're able to do plumbing calls, no heat calls, and get money, fixing, furnaces and unclogging toilets. You know how much some dude charged me to unclog my toilet? $400, King. $400.
That wasn't just a simple unclog.
No, it was. Because the only thing that he did was go get the rent the what's it called? The what's it called? I'm having a brain. You the plumber. What's the thing that that you use to go down the line that you use to go down and fish the to unclog it? What is that called?
It's called a snake.
Yes. He went to home, because I what happened was I didn't pay him because what he was saying was in order to because that one of the things I did learn was to ask questions. And, shout out to my aunt because, she had her master's degree. So the one thing that she does is she asks the person, okay, what am I paying for? Tell me the process of what you're doing. And then what he did was he explained the process of he has to disengage the toilet. Okay, once he disengages the toilet, he has to take the snake and go down into the 4-inch pipe to unclog it. And then he has to attach the toilet. So that's what I'm paying $400 for. So when I'm looking at it, and I ended up going to Home Depot and seeing how much one of those heavy duty snakes cost to rent from, the tool rental, it was only like $35 a day. So shit, what do you think I did? I went to Home Depot tool rental, got the snake for $35, disengaged my own toilet, and ran the snake down in the thing, and it wasn't even that difficult to get it unclogged. Because once the heavy duty snake goes down, say it again. The
valve is right there, and then all you gotta do is drain the motherfucking water out the tank. You might still have a little bit of water you gotta clean up in the toilet bowl itself, but disengaging your toilet, that's simple.
Thank you. But
you paid for that the first time.
Thank you. That's my point. So you can be 19, 20 years old, getting phone calls and getting paid $400. Yeah, I'll be there after school. Yeah, $400. But nobody's teaching you that game. The people who are not in our neighborhood, who are in the working class neighborhoods, the blue collar neighborhoods, they're teaching their kids that. But our family is not teaching us that. And that's why I was saying that it's important for us to be able to have dialogue like this so that we can start to pass that information around. These trades is where it's at. I was talking to one guy yesterday. He was like, so if you had to do it all over again, if you had to tell your 12-year-old self, okay, when your family told you, go be a lawyer, don't be a travel agent, what would you tell him if you could, if you had a moment to be able to talk to that person? And I'm gonna ask you that question. If you had the moment to talk to your 12-year-old self, Keen, what would you tell your 12-year-old self what to do?
Due to what I know now and the way the system is set up, I would have told my 12-year-old self that you got to be selling something other than drugs to be able to create something. And 9 times out of 10, that's a product. You got to have a product, some type of service you're selling. And you got to do it for yourself.
Facts.
So I would have told my 12-year-old self to keep pushing with this promo thing, because you don't know what it's going to turn into. And don't take the fast way out.
That's the key right there. But also too, I mean, back in those days, you was cutting hair too, because I remember you done cut my head a couple of times.
I had multiple hustles. You know what my saying used to be, right? You remember?
What?
We gotta have 7 ways for 7 days.
Yeah, I remember that. 7 waves for 7 days. Yep. And it's funny that you say that because I remember my brother saying that to me a long time ago. He didn't say it that way, but he just said, yo, I need to get paid every day because every day I'm spending money.
Bro, going outside, it's a wrap. So, yeah. We got to go
Exactly.
7 days.
Facts.
Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody at the top taking any days off.
Exactly.
The method of their madness, they're going hard 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm. So, but me, if I had to tell my 12-year-old self something, I would tell them, yeah, look to your daddy, because he out here, killing bugs and making over $100. At that time, he was making over $100,000 a year. And when was that? 1989, 1990. That was a lot of money back then. When you could go actually, into a 3-family tenement home in an hour, come out with, $250 in an hour. And you do that, 4 times in a day. You just made a G in a day. That's drug dealing money right there. And you killing bugs. And there wasn't that many people in our neighborhood who was in the pest control game during that time. So that's number one. I would have told, myself, yeah, definitely listen to your daddy. Don't be listening to them people who got jobs telling you to go be a lawyer. But also, too,
ain't
knowing
nothing wrong.
what I said again.
So there ain't nothing wrong with being the lawyer.
I'm not dissing the lawyer. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, if I would have been an exterminator first, I probably would have had the money and the wherewithal to go to law school and go to college and law school and pay for it and not have any student debt when I get out. Because I had a skill that allowed me to be able to make the money that I need to be able to be in school.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about, creating a foundation. See, they want us to try to climb this ladder and then, and just don't worry about, what happens when you fall. Don't worry. Just don't look down. Just keep climbing. Just keep climbing. Or as they say in the entrepreneurial realm, when you become an entrepreneur, it's like jumping out of an airplane without your parachute and creating your parachute before you hit the ground.
Huh?
Or trying to learn how to fly without, by jumping out of an airplane instead of trying to learn how to fly from the ground. So I don't teach that method. I teach the grassroots method. A root shoots down before a tree shoots up. Learn how to fly from the ground. Get your speed and your momentum up. Start flapping your wings. Get that wind under your wings and try to levitate off the ground. That way. Not jump out of a plane and because what happens, that's really what everybody does. That's the method that everybody does, is they try to jump out the plane and learn how to fly or learn how to create their parachute before they hit the ground. That's what happens. Go ahead.
Going to things in life blinded to the facts. Like, you're setting yourself up to lose. And I don't want to get cliche, but that's fucking failing to prepare and to fail.
Exactly. And that's what having a poor man mindset is about. It's about, number one, not having a plan or having a poor plan.
That's true, but at least you got a fucking plan, period. It ain't always the best plan, but at least you had a plan.
I don't know, because I remember one time shout out to my brother. I remember back in the days, my brother, my father used to always talk about my brother Nick, and how he used to walk around with his briefcase. And one day he opened up his briefcase, and my brother had these small manila envelopes in there with cards in it, with weed in it. And the card said, "Get high gold." It had his, his information and his number on it. And basically, we had actually, how some places they give you those cards where, if you buy, where it says, if you buy 5 bags, the next one's on me. Or if you buy 5 products, the next one's free.
Right.
He actually had the card with that for his weed. And so my father looked at him. He's all like, "Boy, you trying to break into jail, ain't you?" It reminds me of what Stringer Bell, remember in The Wire, where the dude was up over there and he was taking notes. He said, "Nigga, you taking notes on a goddamn drug conspiracy?"
But then you gotta kind of respect the notion of the business aspect of it. He's like, "Nigga, I don't look like a drug dealer because I got the briefcase."
Mm-hmm.
Stringer Bell didn't look like he sold drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga was the mind that was going to school to be able to deal with the business aspect of that game, because there is a business aspect if you're planning on washing money and everything else that goes with that.
Exactly. Because, with anything, it's a product. The underground economy is a business. And that's just, it is what it is. It's just the product or the service that you're offering goes against the grain of the Main Street economy. That's it. It's prohibited by law for you to be selling this product. Back in the days, okay, we talk about the Kennedys. How did they get they stardom? Bootlegging Joe, the one who was bootlegging alcohol during the Prohibition.
You said Joe?
Joe Kennedy, their grandfather, yeah.
Okay.
They used that money and rode their way to success. But during that time, the product that he was selling was illegal. But evidently he was successful at it, because you got a whole family of successful people, that made their way even to the presidency. And I'm sure they learned a lot from, they father on how to, be a critical thinker, how to be tough, because, you dealing with some, unsavory characters when you're dealing in that underground economy. What is Jay-Z says, I teach you how to move in a room full of vultures. The industry shady need to be taken over.
No, he says, I know how to move in a room full of vultures. Talking about himself, knowing how to move.
Exactly. So that's the key thing. So if you are able to succeed in a room full of vultures and wolves and goons and scammers and all of these people that are in this economy, once you get to the mainstream, it becomes a cakewalk. Well, let me also ask you this question, okay? In terms of making money, what do you know now that you wish that you knew? What do you know now that you wish that you knew back then?
Fuck the money, cars, the clothes, and the hoes.
Okay.
Stack and figure out how to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Anything outside of that don't make sense when you put your freedom on the line, because that shit don't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Tools
a lot
is
of
important. Go
a
ahead.
lot of dudes get into the street shit, and don't really have a plan set up outside of that. You gotta have a plan. Maybe even set a goal. Yeah, nigga said set a goal. Cause that shit gets funny. When it's coming fast and it's fast, motherfuckers get addicted to the throw.
Well, what I've learned is tools is the way to success. Like, for example, if I own a pickup truck and a lawnmower in Atlanta, I'll never run out of work. You want to know why? Because there's always somebody's lawn somebody who wants their lawn to be cut. And there's always somebody out there who wants some junk to be removed. And there's always some scrap metal, on the side of the road that you can go take to the scrap yard. So if you got a pickup truck to be able to, do some junk removal or help somebody move, and if you got a lawnmower in order to cut somebody's grass, you'll never run out of work.
Tools.
Exactly.
Nigga, I'm gonna get money anywhere on this planet as long as I got a pair of clippers, a pair of trimmers, and a gift of gab.
Mm-hmm.
You can put me anywhere except for the jungle, because ain't no goddamn electricity in the jungle, but I'm gonna touch a dollar somewhere. And I'm gonna hit somebody's head so tight that they're gonna get up and they're gonna be my word of mouth and they're gonna come back.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So
it's all about tools. And what's the name of the show tonight? Having that
mindset. Money-making mindset. Yep.
Having that money-making mindset. Yeah. As long as you got that money-making mindset and you got tools, you got something you can sell and present, you should be good anywhere you go.
Exactly. And there's a motivational speaker. His name is Myron Golden. That's one of the things that he talks about. He says the three things that you need in order to be successful in this world is skill set, tool set, and mindset. So as you just said, if I got the skills to be able to do plumbing, if I got the skills to be able to do pest control, if I got the skills to be able to do carpentry, if I can grow, if I can cook, if I can clean, if I got whatever skill I got, partnered with the tools to be able to do those things, and then have the mindset to be able to, have the gift, as you said, the gift of gab, to be able to just go talk to somebody, to be even brave enough to go, go door to door. Because some people, they could have the skill set and the tools sitting in their backyard, but they're afraid to go to door to door and go ask.
Right. Yeah.
To
Closed
put
mouths don't
yourself
get
out
fed.
there to let people know that you're doing that.
Closed mouths do not get fed.
Exactly. And see, a lot of times, and I got to get back to the underground economy, because that's where I respect some of, those people out there, because the one thing that they have is the mindset. Because they out here, they hungry, you know what I'm saying? Even the addicts, you know what I'm saying? They hungry for what they hungry for, so they get up every day and do something in order to feed their habit. They starving. And they don't care how they look. They'll be out there on a bike, on a BMX bike with a damn refrigerator on their back.
Right. So, cause mindset. It was a while ago, but I was out here on a scooter, cause
I remember those days.
But then some things changed. Shit got better. And one of my peoples, I seen him at a cookout. And we sitting back, we chopping it up. And she made a statement. She was like, damn, nigga, I see you. Last time I did see you, you was on a scooter. But this is why we sitting in the, the new caddy that I got outside right now.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt crazy because that shit was so true, but I just had that mindset to even be bro. I was riding that shit in the winter and did not give a fuck about nobody's opinion of what the fuck I was doing. Because I had purpose. I had that mindset that, I gotta get up and go get it.
Exactly. This is just temporary.
This is temporary. And that shit kind of made me want to like tear up a little bit. Because I wasn't on a scooter no more and my whole situations had changed, bro. Now here am I in this Cadillac, yada yada. And scooter no more. Just, you gotta have that in you, to want to change something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You gotta have it in you. But also too, like you just said earlier, not taking the money that you get and blowing it. Because you got some people out here who, be on the scooter and make $500 and then go blow it on a 50 bag of some exotic and some ace of spades and a gold chain.
No, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that all in the same rotation.
Some people are. I mean, you'd be surprised.
One thing with me, and I realized, I have to control my habit. That shit immediately changed to a slight hustle, where I sell enough to make my money back, but I smoke for free. You gotta find your lanes to maintain shit.
I hear you. Let me see if I got any comments here about the
Oh, right. You took a long time. It's just me and you tonight, bro. We holding it down, though, because you already know what it is. I'm always show up.
Shout out to Prime. Appreciate you, bruh, for watching, giving me a fire emoji. What's up with DM Aldo? Who's this? Aldonaldo 75. What's going on? I already said what's up to Travel OV. Travel POV.
Right, where he at? He been showing some love, right?
Yeah, I'm about to drop the link in a second. Okay, Chalupe 71.
Oh, you holding out. We've been up here for an hour and 15 minutes and you ain't drop a link for nobody to...
Nah, we was cooking. Had to cook first. I had to get it off my chest. He was talking about Kevin Hart and he was talking about Kevin Hart and Cat Williams. He said 2, 5, 4 beefing over who was taller.
That's comedy.
Yeah.
Both you niggas better go sit on the edge of a quarter, niggas.
Okay. Probodonis Sena Mayaki saying hola. Okay, check you out. What's the mathematics, God? Just talking about Prime. Uh-oh, he hitting it with the 3%er. Peace to the gods. I wish I knew what's today's math. You on that God 3%er knowledge, Keen?
When you ever heard that come out of me?
When you was rapping.
What?
Okay, we got somebody from Glasgow, Scotland.
5%.
Steph M2756. Uh-oh.
About a 3%. You ain't never
Hope
heard
you
me
all
say
are well.
Israelite. Come on, cuz.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was your boy Telly with the Israelites. I remember you had a homeboy who was down with the Israelites standing in Mattapan Square.
Right.
Giving us the knowledge. Yeah. Thanks, Chalupe, a snake. I had a brain fog, man. I could not think of a snake for whatever reason. It was not coming out.
What?
The snake, when we was talking about the toilet.
Oh, right. I believe I said that, right?
Mm-hmm. Travel POV says, yeah, he stays in his lane as well. It keeps him grounded. Let me see. I'm trying to let me see what's going on. Oh, I know what to do. All right, well, let me see if I can drop the link. Let me I don't want y'all seeing me look in the camera looking all sick.
You need to get you some glasses, brother, man.
I'm legally blind, son. I thought you, of all people, would know.
You just don't want to look like motherfucker. You just don't want to look like fucking Fred Sanford from Harlem Nights.
Nigga, I got the blind man stick with the ball at the tip. Y'all don't know? You didn't know that?
No.
That's
oh.
Yeah.
No. I'm lying. Because I'm going to send you a couple pictures from last time he was here. You heard me?
Yeah.
Remember when we was by the water and the camera came out real quick? Why you laughing like that, bro? You and I took some pictures. My girl took a couple pictures of us.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope as hell.
I'm gonna
We
send
was
you a
over
couple.
there in the South End, South Boston.
Right. I'm gonna send you a couple pics when we're done. I think I do remember you having a stick then.
So at least I had the shades. I know that. I still got it. I just, it doesn't, for me, I can see enough to where I don't really need it. Because really the stuff, those things is to let other people know you're dealing with a person that's blind. And I'm what they call legally blind, not totally blind. So basically, what it is okay, the average person is usually, you got perfect vision, which is 20/20. And then the average person's vision is usually 20/40 or 20/60, which can be corrected, if they put on glasses and get back into focus. My vision, well, number one, is because of diabetes. I got scars on my retina, which actually affect the light refracting into the eye to cause my central vision to be blurry. So it doesn't matter if I put on glasses or not. It's still, actually, it gets more blurry because I have what's it called? The focused lens correcting the function of the light going into my eye. So it just causes it to be blurry even more. So so my vision, I can't see anything past or below 4x. Anything that's like 2x, 1x or whatever, I can't see it. So I can't really read street signs. I can't read. I mean, unless I'm like up on a street sign, I won't be able to read it.
Oh, shit,
Why the hell?
Ain't that everybody's norm? No, I'm fucking with you. No, I'm fucking.
I mean, it could be.
Right. I can't read street signs until I pull up on them either, nigga. What are you talking about?
Hey, go for it. Hey, if you can get away with it. Cause shoot, I didn't know I was that bad until, well, I did know because it actually happened in one eye in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It was real blurry. And I'm like, why is my eye so freaking blurry in the center? And then I ended up going to the doctor. And that's when they told me, yeah, you got a disease. And the white boys up in there was laughing. They was like, oh, yeah, he got it. He got that disease. I'm like, what disease I got? Oh, yeah, you got a macular degeneration, a retina dystrophy. Yeah, you about to, and it's about to happen in both eyes pretty soon. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
That shit ain't funny, nigga. Fuck you mean?
Thank you.
You can do that. You ain't gonna
Thank
you.
you.
You know what you need to do? You need to go smoke some weed. You need to find you some American marijuana for your eyes, nigga. They got medical marijuana for everything.
That's what them niggas told me. I was pissed. I was like,
I'm not talking about medicinal. I'm talking about medical.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there definitely is a difference.
So, damn, I just lost my question. So, due to me just losing my question, like, subscribe, everything that comes with that.
Yeah, Yep. I just put the link out, so anybody who want to get on and join, feel free to click the link. Say it again.
What's that comment right there? Is that a comment you already read?
No, that was the link. Oh, actually, no. I stay. Yeah, I already said it. I stay in my lane, keeps me grounded. See how blind I am?
Oh, okay.
And then I just put the link out, so anybody want to come up, want want to talk about this. I really want some people to come up and talk about the profession that they're in now. Like, I don't know if Travel POV is still watching. I know he's out here. Because those are the things that we need to know, those hidden gems that I was talking about earlier. Luckily, when I went into the military, I wasn't a dummy, so they didn't put me in the boatswain's mates. That if you don't have what's it called? If you don't score high on your ASVABs, that's the SATs for the military. Then they're gonna put you on shipboard maintenance, where pretty much you like the janitor for the ship. You're gonna be out there chipping and grinding and painting, going over the side of the ship and painting the ship. And also, that's what you do when you're in port, and then when you're out of port, you stand watch. You be out on the edge of the ship, making sure the ship don't hit any icebergs, or you stand and look out. Me, I was in logistics. I had 4 choices. I had a crypto tech. Everybody understands what crypto is now, was basically secret. But back then, it didn't have anything to do with money. It just happened to do with cryptic messages or secret messages that the ships would send throughout the fleet. We were the ones. So pretty much the what's it called? The decoders. We were the decoder squad. I could have done that job. Or I could have done disbursing clerk, which is, everybody knows what that's payroll. I could have done lithographer. And the other one was, I'm trying to think. Of course, storekeeper, that's what I ended up doing, which is the logistics. Disbursing clerk, gunner's mate. So during that time, Keem already knows the story of before I joined the military. I was running around with a 12 gauge in my goddamn hatchback, in the trunk of my hatchback, thinking I was gangster. And then the real heat came, and I turned into Keenan Ivory Wayans from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. I'm a soldier boy. I was trained for combat. And then the motherfuckers started shooting. They shooting. They shooting. They shooting, boy. And so I had a choice. The choice I had to make was either, stay with my boys and be 10 toes down, or get your ass up out of there. And I didn't tell. I don't know if I told anybody this story. Are you there, Keem?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I don't think I told anybody this story on this live, or while I was since I've been doing these lives, because I'm writing a book about it. Actually have already written the book. It's my first book that I've actually written, but I didn't want to put it out there because I would have been pissed if nobody bought the book or read the book. So I was like, let me learn how to sell books first before I put my my heart out there. But it's basically telling the story of how I ended up where I'm at, or how I ended up getting into the Navy and end up going to Japan. And the story pretty much is, instead of following the guy who was the gangster who ended up, trying to be gangster and in the end ends up getting shot, like, Doughboy and Boys in the Hood, or Katie Kane and Minister Society. Let's follow Trey and Boys in the Hood. Or what would happen if Ricky didn't get shot and he actually, got the football scholarship and went on to school and did what he did? Or what would happen if actually, the drive-by shooting didn't happen to Katie Kane and he actually left and went to Atlanta? let's follow that trajectory. Let's follow that story, because that's pretty much what happened in my life. I could have been, KD Kane, during my time. And I was going down that road, but luckily I did have family who intervened and stepped in and, told me what I needed to hear in order to get out of that situation. And when I ended up leaving, because my boys, let me take a little sidebar and segue. Shout out to my fam SM. He passed away. He actually took a bullet for another one of our boys, Nature. He was walking down the street. They was leaving, this chick's house to go to the store to go get some Philly blunts or whatever. And on their way, they encountered the rival crew, who was actually, I guess they was on an initiation mission, because they were in our neighborhood, and they ended up shooting. They were shooting for Nature, but they ended up, SM ended up pushing Nature out of the way, and he ended up catching the bullet instead. And SM ended up dying. So of course, all of us, the boys, got together and we started rallying to, for the get back, for the revenge. And we running around, looking for these guys. And that's when I ended up, tooling up, as they say, and getting the 12 gauge, because I was trying to be a part of the get back. And I was in Packy's one night, and anybody who knows Packy's, which is in Blue Hill Ave in Roxbury, down near that area, that's the popular bar lounge in the neighborhood. And I was looking for my cousin to be able to get some money in order to get the tool. While I was in there, the rival gang's OG, their older brother, was up in there, and he saw me. But my half brother was also up in there too, Nick. Shout out to having family like this, because I'm from Mattapan. The rival crew is from Dorchester, Roxbury area, and we used to always go at it all the time. But Boston is so small, we only go to but so many places. Now, we still 17, 18, so we couldn't go up in the Packies. That's a bar. You had to be 21. But I could at least, just go up in there and, look for people. So I'm up in there, I'm looking for my cousin, because he was holding some money for me. He was my bank. But he wasn't up in there. So the rival crew's OG, they saw me, and he started talking trash about me, like, yo, you see that cat, that little cat right there? Because he sees me around, driving my car, so he knows my face. He's like, yeah, his days is numbers. That's a dead man walking right there. He's beefing with my little brother and his crew, and we gonna get him. So my brother Nick, who also lives in that area, but also grew up with the OG, he didn't know. He knew who. He saw me as well, but he couldn't get to me in time to say hello. But he was overhearing the story, and he's all like, yo, this dude's talking about my brother. What the hell is my brother getting into? So of course, instead of coming over to me to say hello, he goes over to the OG and starts talking to him, like, yeah, so what you talking about? So that's when the cat is telling my brother the story. So of course, since word gets to him about what's going on, that we're out here, we're aiming for his little brother, and we trying to get him. They're like, on that what's it called? That Omar, if you coming against the king, you better not miss, because we gonna come after you now. So now my brother overhears the story. Now he wants to, have a word with me. So he comes to me with my father and everybody, and they talking to me, and I'm over here trying to tough talk, like, yo, they done got my family, they done killed my family, so we got to get one of them. It's an eye for an eye. I'm over here talking that infamous Mobb Deep. What's that song? Time go by, an eye for an eye. We in this together, son. Your beef is mine. I'm over there singing that. And my father and my brothers looking at me like, nigga, is you crazy? What the hell you talking about? They laughed me out the goddamn kitchen. First, you talking about you want to be a travel agent. Now you talking about you want to be a gangster?
Totally different lanes.
Exactly. So, they talked some sense to me. My brother was the one that really talked some sense into me. He was saying, do you want all of this stuff to go away? Because the only thing that's going to happen is this. He said, you can go after them cats and you can get them. You can get them all. But what's going to happen is this. You're going to go to jail for murder. And now you're going to be up in jail, keeping motherfuckers off your tail. Or because you're the only one driving around with the car that you got, they're going to get to you first before they get to any of your boys, because none of your boys is driving during that time. I was like, and he was right. He was like, because when I was the only one who had a car during that time, with the exception of you, because you had your Camry during that time. But yeah, I was the only one. So, and they could catch me anywhere. I could be at the movies. I could be at the beach. I could be anywhere, and them cats could roll up on me. And what am I going to say? I ain't in this.
Too late for that.
Exactly. You better say what you got to say, because you ain't going home tonight. Or ever. So when my brothers told me that, he was just like, yo, just walk away. That's all you got to do. Just walk away. And I remember the last night that I was in Boston, we was it was right after we did a mission, and we went to go to SM's girlfriend's house, God rest his soul. And we at his ex's house. Because that was another thing too. I was paranoid like a mug, because all these cats wanted to go to Simcoe's. Everybody knows what Simcoe's is. Simcoe's by the bridge, to go get something to eat. And all I can see is the scene from Boys in the Hood, or what's it called, or Minister Society, when the cats was sitting there eating, and then the rival gang rolled up on them and killed them. I'm like, nigga, you ain't, no. We need to go hide somewhere. What are y'all talking about? Go get something to eat. Y'all want to go sit up in the pizza shop or in the sub shop and be sitting here talking about old times and shit. Nah, nigga, this it's hot. The block is hot right now. And they niggas like, nigga, you just annoyed it. Nigga, you just annoyed it. Anyway, so they ended up, since I'm the one with the car, they ended up giving in to my demands, and we ended up going over to homegirl's house. And so my boy ends up hitting on SM's ex right in front of me. And I'm like, damn, dude, his body is not cold in the ground yet. Why are you hitting on his girl like this? And so he's over there and he's touching her, and there was a crew of people sitting on the step. Now they couldn't see it because the door was hiding. They had the door of my car hiding what they was doing, but I could see it. So I ended up just yelling and being like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you disrespecting this chick in front of everybody? And so that's when she jumped on me and he jumped on me at the same time. Well, nobody knew what he was doing until you opened your mouth and said something. And then that's when he got up out of the car and was like, man, you was a sucker, man. I'm tired of you. I wish you would just go home. And then he ends up leaving and going in her apartment and sitting on the balcony with the rest of the crew. So everybody is on Wilson Street. Wilson Street, right? And they on the balcony of her apartment during the time, and all of them is talking trash about me. Like, man, I don't even know why we hang out with that soft shoe cat anyway. You know what I'm saying? And of course, since they're on the balcony and I'm sitting in the car, I can hear them talking about me on the balcony. And so, homeboy was like, yo, I just wish he would go home. I just wish he would go home. He's been staying at my house because, he ain't got no place else to go. Yeah, I don't got no place else to go because everybody's afraid of them as my father said, he was like, yo, them cats live right around the corner. All they got to do is just roll down this street and see your car and start shooting at the house and one of us get hit. So you got to go. So, and I couldn't go home because my family didn't want me there either. So I'm over, homeboy's house, chilling over there. And he's like, yo, this dude is getting annoying now. So I know this is a long-winded or long story, but homegirl started, kind of defending me like, yo, y'all over here, talking about this dude. He done looked out for you all. He done, helped you all get the tools that y'all needed in order to do what you're doing. Y'all, we riding around in his car. He be sharing, buying us food and stuff. And now y'all talking about him like he's some kind of lame. That's kind of wrong. And they was like, well, and then that's when they was just like, man, fuck him. I mean, you already see how he be doing. He over here trying to, be Joe College and be Malcolm Farrakhan, trying to kick sense into us all the goddamn time. Sometimes that shit just get goddamn annoying. So she was all like, well, what if he left him right now? And so everybody was laughing. And so homeboy was like, well, I got his keys, so he ain't going nowhere. I had all the tools in the car. And when he said that, I checked my pockets and I had my keys in my pocket. So I was all like, oh, so he think he the boss over here. He think he OG. And all I heard in my head was my brother talking sense into me like, yo, you over here taking penitentiary chances for these cats. And you already see where it's going to go. If you stick around, you either going to be in jail with them or you ain't going to be around. So that's what happened with me. It was like, it was that fork in the road came, everybody always talks about that fork in the road. And that was my moment. It was like, okay, am I going to be here and say I'm going to ride for my niggas, die for my niggas, or am I going to say, I want this all to be over and just leave? Especially, and so since he was disrespecting me during that time, I was like, something, later for all this. I'm gone. I don't care what, I don't care what jacket they put on me. I'm done. I done went on this mission, and after the mission, y'all still talking about me like I ain't do nothing. All right, fine, cool. And so I just put the key in the ignition, started the car, and everybody started looking over the balcony, and it was like, yo, where you going? And I just yelled out, gave them the deuce signs, and I was like, I'm going home, nigga, and drove off. And that's when you heard everybody yelling, hey, come back here, because I had all of the tools in the car. So now they unarmed. They sitting on the balcony unarmed, afraid to, leave because, they ain't got nothing to protect themselves with. And then I ended up, going back to his house, packing up my stuff, putting my stuff in the garage. Putting my stuff in the trunk. And I went by, a couple of our OG's crib and gave the tools so that they could get their tools. And, of course, I gave my tool away. Mm-hmm. Wink, wink. So, and then I
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And I ended up heading down to North Carolina. And then once I got down to North Carolina, surprisingly, the next day, my brother wakes me up talking about, yo, you got a phone call. And I'm like, who the fuck is calling me? I don't know nobody in North Carolina. And it was a Navy recruiter talking about come down to the recruiting office. Yeah. So when I got that, I was like, oh, I already see what happened. Somebody done called the folks on me. But at that time, I had nothing else going for myself. You know what I'm saying? I just
needed.
Exactly. I just dodged some bullets, and evidently, my brother and his wife, because he was married during that time, they didn't want me down in North Carolina. So they just made the decision to call the military on me. And I could have said no, but at that time, I was like, okay, well, what else is there? And it's funny that you say, I mean, because I did say no, because I was saying I was going to go to college. I'm going to go be a judge, like everybody was telling me to go be. I'm going to go be a judge. I'm going to go to college. And so they was asking me, do you got money for college? That's what the Navy recruiter asked me. And I'm like, yeah, I got money for college. My mom's passed away and she left me an insurance check. So I got enough money to pay for tuition. And after that, the recruiter, he didn't have nothing else to say. But then the boss came out, his chief, and started talking to me. And the one thing he said, he was like, have you ever had Japanese coochie? And I was like, no, tell me more. He's like, oh yeah, they love black men out in Japan. And that piqued my interest. And he was all like, hey, and you could also go to college here in the military and we'll pay for it. And you get paid while you're going to school. And you're getting all of the Japanese coochie that you want while you're overseas. So what I said, sign me up. Shoot. And you get to save the money that your mom's insurance money, which that didn't happen, but
I guess everybody got their price, huh?
Well, at that time, yeah, my price was, hitting something foreign. That was my price, to hit something foreign. So but it was the best decision. Now, and the funny thing is this, there's no guarantee that I would have went to Japan because when you go into the military, they choose your first duty station. You don't choose your first duty station. They give you a dream sheet of where you want to go. And then you put on the dream sheet the places that you want to go. And then and that's what I did. And really, I didn't even put Japan on my dream sheet. I put Norfolk because there was a girl that I was dating when I graduated from high school. When I had my daytime job, I was working at the airport, and she worked at the airport. And she was talking about she was going in the Navy once the summer was over. So, I really liked her during that time. You know what I'm saying? She was a nice sister, real. She lived in Chelsea. And, every day during work, I would go sit there and talk to her. And, that's what she would talk about going, as soon as summer is over, the summer job was over, she was going into the Navy. So it was, and the funny thing is this, my brother didn't have to necessarily call the Navy. He could have called the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, whoever. But ironically, he chose the Navy. So that was another reason that made me, want to go in. Because I was like, well, if somebody was going in, I know she's already, set to go in. So we actually went into the military together. And we was in boot camp together, but I couldn't talk to her. And but when we graduated boot camp, she ended up going to Norfolk, Virginia for her duty station. And I ended up, but she didn't have a career. She was what I was telling you, a janitor for the ship, yeah. What they call a deck seaman, or what eventually becomes a boatswain mate. But and I ended up going to Meridian, Mississippi for logistics training. And then after I'm keeping in touch with her, and she's telling me how fly Norfolk, Virginia is, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to Norfolk because Norfolk is halfway between Boston and halfway between North Carolina. So on the weekends, I don't even got to be in Virginia. I could go because it's only like 4 to 6 hours away from North Carolina, and then like 6 to 8 hours away from Boston. So I could be in either state for the weekend, right, and just come on back. Them motherfuckers had other plans for me because when the results came out, the only choices I had were different spots in Japan. They was all like, yeah, you got this ship in Japan, this Japan, Italy.
Oh shit.
And the dude before me chose Italy, so I couldn't even go to Italy. So I was like, damn. So I just picked one of the spots in Japan and ended up in Japan for 4 years. And had the time of my life. Didn't even remember that girl that I was chasing into the military. That sister chick. What's her name? What? And the funny thing, I know that's that's gonna be my tag. The funny thing, and the funny thing is, but she got pregnant when she got out of when she got out of boot camp by some other cat. She went home on leave and ended up getting pregnant. And then I called her like 6 months later or whatever, and she was pregnant. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I got pregnant by my boyfriend who I was dating while I was still in Boston. But he didn't want nothing to do with me." Said again. And the funny thing was, he didn't want nothing to do with her because he had another chick. And she was going to ruin it for him because he already had, a baby mama and was living with her and all of that. So he was telling her, "Don't tell nobody." And, she ended up, of course, letting her, the other baby mama know, which ruined everything with her, him and his girl. So he always hated her for that. But her mother, how that your mom's tells you, "You over there messing with them bad boys. Ain't there some guys that, are decent that you could be talking to?" And of course, whose name comes up. "Well, there is this one guy." "Well, you need to go chase him because he's a good guy. He's in the military too, just like you. Stop chasing all these bad boys." So that's when she started, being on me. But she didn't want nothing to do with me when we was working at the airport together. It wasn't until she got knocked up. Now she want to be, she want to be on Mike Jones. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all up on me.
We ain't for it.
Exactly. And, as I said, Japan is a different animal. Because what was going on in Japan, I was just having the time of my life. And also it made me into a man, because their customs and their ways in Japan, they're about family, they're about support and helping and nurturing each other. And then also too, like you had a lot of what we call pookies now and thugs who, did the same thing that I did, but still was trying to hold on to their, macho mentality, still trying to, rep Tupac and be a thug and all of that, and be sitting on the corner in Japan, drinking a 40 or the Chew High. Remember the Chew Highs, Keem? I brought a couple of the Chew Highs home. So, but when the Japanese would see the brothers standing outside in front of the liquor store or standing outside in front of the bar, they would the whole town would cross the street. They would see them and be across the street because they did not like that culture, that passport pookie mentality. So when people be talking about passport pookies, that's nothing new. They've been doing that ever since. Even, as I said, in my military days, we had pookies in the military, still trying to be thugs and, hold the block down. And you got cats who was a blood, but wearing navy blue in the Navy. How idiotic is that? You talking about you a blood, but you got on navy blue all day, every day. And you over here in Japan and you still trying to rep your set from back home. Right. You got cats that was on the ship from Chicago talking about their GDs.
Yeah. That's some niggas getting sent home.
Yeah, and some of them got sent home early too. Just what you just said, for either one, because they had a zero tolerance on, drugs. So If you pop positive on that weed test, you got sent home. If you fighting, you didn't get sent home necessarily for fighting. You probably just get, sit on, got put on punishment. You had to sit down for 60 days or 30 days or whatever. But, that drugs, that was an automatic sent home sentence. And a lot of cats did get popped for, smoking weed overseas in Japan, especially in Japan. If you get caught with weed in Japan, they lock you under the jail. I remember one of my boys, he had a dime bag in his wallet and he lost his wallet, and somebody found his wallet and turned it into the police, lost and found. They checked the wallet, found his ID, and went and nabbed his ass for a dime bag.
Nah, that should not stick. Because what? That wasn't in my wallet, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. What the fuck is this shit? I never even seen anything like this before in my life.
Well,
after the fact.
Yeah, well, oh well. Save it for the damn judge, okay? And the judge told him, you could do this time or you could go home. So they sent his ass home, packing right back to the United States. They deported his ass after doing a couple of months in the Japanese jail. So yeah, they don't tolerate drugs in Japan or weapons. Those are the two things you will get locked up under the jail for: drugs and weapons. Because the police don't carry weapons in Japan. Well, not when I was there. They carry the little sticks. They whoop your ass with them goddamn sticks. But that's my story. I ended up taking a fork in the road, going to Japan, and a whole new world opened for me to where I could see all of the money-making opportunities, i.e. the merchant marines. I was around a whole bunch of merchant mariners when I was there. And as I was telling you, them cats was making six figures for, just going out to sea for 6 months. And all they did was just provide us with fuel or supplies while we was out to sea doing our training. Working on base, there's a lot of cats who, had the government service positions that was making six figures, working on base. So you didn't necessarily have to actually join the military. You could have just applied for a government service job on base and been able to get the same benefits as if you was in the military. You can still do that now, because that's one of the things. Shout out to my boy Bird. That's what he did when he got out of the Navy. Me and him was in Japan together, and he ended up staying in the Navy for, I believe he did 10 years. I think he did 2 tours, so that's 10 years. And then he got out, and then he ended up getting his IT certification. And then he ended up applying for a government service job on base in his hometown on the Army base. And he started making 6 figures there. And you also get if you stay in long enough, you get a pension. You retire. So, he does, once he does his 20 years, he'll retire with his salary. And these are the things that nobody tells us about. Like my cousin, shout out to my cousin Darren. He was in the Air Force. He got out and started working for the customs agency, TSA. He ended up retiring from TSA, so now he got a government pension. And 20 years goes by quick, depending on where you're at.
Yeah,
because I had to say depending on where you're at. There's some cats who they did 20 years in the pen, and that shit didn't go by quick.
It went by, but
yeah, exactly. And that was another thing too. Let me add that. When I was in Japan, most of the guys who was on that porch talking trash about me, they ended up getting locked up. One of them ended up becoming unalived. God rest his soul. That was nature. The one I was telling you about that the bullet was meant for. So in the end, he dodged the one bullet that SM caught for him, but he still ended up getting ended up catching it later in life because he stayed, in the game. The dude who I used to roll around with, he ended up going to jail for the revenge, and he ended up doing the 20 years, which was crazy. Salute to him, shout out to him. And yeah, he's out now, and everybody, gave him his street, everybody gives him his street cred, and and considers him to be the OG. But if you ask him if it was worth it, of course he's going to tell you, was being known in the street as the OG, triple OG, the one who was able to hold it down for 20 years, worth 20 years of his life, and now having poor health? Of course not. He's going to tell you, of course not. He wished he would have done what I did. Walked away. And there was a couple other cats who, did what I did, because they had people in their family or in their life that raised them right and told them, don't do that dumb ish. Or if you do that dumb ish, you ain't got to worry about going to jail because I'm gonna kill you. Shoot, you had people who had parents that were that strict, so they was like, nah, mama said I can't leave the house.
I gotta play the porch.
Exactly. Let's hold the porch down. So, but that's the life of being an inner city kid. So you got, two lessons out of this. You got the money making mindset, and you got the mindset of what happens when you deal in these streets, and also don't have a plan or have a poor plan.
Pretty much.
That's my life lesson. I mean, I'm here where I'm at now in Panama because when that fork in the road came, I didn't go down the road where I was trying to be for the homies and keep it gangster. I went down the other road.
As you were supposed to, though.
Really? You think so? Unpack that. You was there with me.
You were supposed to do what you did. Nigga, you ain't built for jail.
Understood, but my question to you is,
hold up. Shouldn't be a but.
No, I mean, hold on. Who's this? I tell all the youngins to select their job before they sign that paperwork. Yeah, you're right about that. He's talking about being in the military. But some people like myself, I had family that was in the military, but as I said, the moms and other people, they push you towards what they want to push you towards, the job that is more prestigious or more respected versus the jobs that are more stable and more secure, more, what's it called?
Might have a little bit more grit to the grind.
Exactly. So they didn't tell us to go talk to the our uncles that was in the Army or our uncles that was in the Air Force and ask them about what life is like, because they're not seeing us going there. They're like, nah, you don't want to go in the white man's army. That's what I already know. That's what my daughter's mother was telling my daughter. You don't want to do what your father did. You don't want to go in that military. That's hard. You want to go to boot camp and have people yelling at you all day? Meanwhile, she getting a nice little check every month from my military benefits. Talking about, I don't know. I think you should go do something else. Go. Didn't you say you want to go be a forensic scientist? You need to go be that forensic scientist you say you want to go be. I don't deter nobody from their dreams, but
why she can't do both?
That's what I was about to say. You could be a forensic scientist in the military because they have forensic scientists. Matter of fact, instead of going to school where you would have to get a student loan once you graduate, you could go to the military, go be an MP, military police, and study forensic science and get paid for it and be in another country doing what you said you wanted to be. And then once you got out, okay, now you got the skills, as we were just talking about, the skill set, you got the experience, and you got the mindset. So now you go and you
also the discipline.
And the discipline, exactly. So now once you get out of the military, shoot, you are shooing to get hired for the one of them other government agencies to go be a forensic scientist. If you're gonna go work for the the state police, FBI, whatever agency that you want to be in, they're automatically gonna hire you because they're gonna see your military credentials. And in order to do military police, you got to get your security clearance. So now you already got a security clearance, so you're gonna get paid buku money once you get out. These are the things that nobody tells us that we should have been knowing, because that would have changed our trajectory a whole lot. Have we would have known a lot of this information early.
True.
That's what I was trying to teach to my daughter, but once again, you have people who are they're brainwashed, or I'm not going to say brainwashed, but they have other ideas in their mind and they don't want to deter from it, so they push them in that direction. No one tells us this stuff. Hold on. Let me put that one to another comment. You want to read it?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
Oh, this is from Prime. No one tells us this stuff. Super important. Shout out to you, Prime. Prime, what is it that you do, man? Come up on stage, man. Talk about some of the stuff that you do, because every time I talk to you, you always be talking about business and real estate and, a lot of the things that you do, man. I would love to, hear from you. Because, some people in this community, a lot of you all do some good stuff for y'all full-time job and make good money. So I would definitely love to hear from the people who do have the money making mindset and what they're doing in order to make their money. That would be dope. Because now let me ask you this, Keem. What are some careers that you see out now that is getting to the bag? Are you there?
Hold up. What you say?
No. I said, what careers do you see that people are doing that's getting to the bag?
Well, I guess you could call it a career, but it's also, your own business, this trucking industry right now.
I was just about to say that. You took the words out of my mouth. That's what was in my head right now. Trucking.
That's big right now.
Yeah, because if there's no trucks on the road, if there's no trucks on the road, you ain't going to the grocery store.
Damn sure ain't.
And you don't even got to start with getting your CDO, even though that's the big one. You could just do the hot shot trucks, the 26 footers, because you don't need a CDO in order to drive the hot shot trucks. This 26 footers.
No, you don't.
You just gotta know how to drive.
Be told.
Exactly. We already talked about the what's it called? The merchant mariners. They making 6 figures in 6 months doing what they doing, being on those boats. Ships, working for the oil industry and some of those oil refineries. I saw a lot of cats making big money working for the oil refineries out in the Gulf in New Orleans. Them cats, they was, yeah. I talked about that on one of the lives a long time ago about the floating meth house I was on. Dude was making $3,000 a day helping us clean up oil. Chalupe, shout out to you. I work for the federal government. Matter of fact, let me put it to the stage so people can see it. I now work for the federal government in the same job. I can retire in 15 years with a $7,500 a month pension in my TSP account that I don't really need to touch. And that's another thing too. There's a lot of cats who, because here I'm in Panama right now, and there's a lot of cats that are retired here in Panama and Colombia, whatever, and they collecting $10,000 a month because they done retired out of the military or they are 100% disabled. So when you get 100% disabled or disability from the military, that usually is a $4,000 check right there. And then because, as we said, they decided to go work for another government agency, i.e., customs or civil service or government service or whatever, and then they go work for another 20 years. By the time they turn 55, now they got another retirement pension check. So there's cats out here that's just getting $10,000 a month doing nothing at 55, where there's some people, they don't work their whole life, 40 years on a job and have no pension. Or their 401k is so small that they got to go be a greeter at Walmart in order to be able to make ends meet. And I ended up in the military by accident, as y'all know the story. But ended up getting, my disability. And now I'm able to be here in Panama living off of my little 2 G's a month. But I also, because I learned how to, the real estate game, I learned how to be a landlord. So I get another 2 G's a month from being a landlord. So I'm sitting on 4 stacks a month. And to live in Panama, you only need $2,500 a month in order to live here. Now, if I was back in the States in Atlanta, I would have to live off of the full 4,000, which means I would have to go back to work, if I wanted to get the extras to be comfortable. But here, I can be here and live and be comfortable and still get the extras. And still save a little bit of money. So that's another, as I said, when I first started this discussion, who am I to be able to tell you all what about this? I'm not rich. I'm not the dude collecting 10 stacks, or I'm not the dude who done made $1 million, but I'm free. I don't have to, my expenses is $2,500 a month or less. And my income is over $4,000 a month. So I get to sit here and chill and, politic with you all like I'm doing and give you all the game that I'm giving you so that y'all can be able to do the same thing. Because I don't want to just be out here, because that's what happens too. When you get to this point in your life, because I'm not where I want to be, where I'm just what they call, if anybody who did the read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he talks about the rat race, okay? And if anybody played the game that I encourage everybody to play, which is called Cash Flow 101, okay? In the game, Cash Flow 101, it's basically how to get out of the rat race, which is make sure that all your expenses is paid by passive income or mailbox money, the money that you make in your sleep. When you have the total amount of your passive income or mailbox money exceed your total amount of living expenses, you are officially out of the rat race. Now, that's where I'm at in the game. I'm officially out of the rat race. But there's another part of the game, which is called the fast track. The fast track is when you're able to duplicate what you did to get out of the rat race 10 times. When you're able to do that, that means that you're able to 10x your income, your passive income. And then when you're able to 10x your passive income, that puts you on the fast track to be able to compete with the big dogs and to get into some of these big, investments that makes you millions and billions. When you start hearing about people that's on the Forbes 500 list, you in that arena. So I ain't on the fast track. I just made it off the plantation. But since I'm so close to the plantation, I'm just trying to show all my other family and friends and people who are trying to get off the plantation what they could do in order to get off the plantation and become free. And I'm not telling you to go out here and sell drugs. No, Hope did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. I'm just telling you, the stuff what should have been said when you were younger. And if you don't know, now you know. Somebody done told you, so you can't, say that nobody told you, because I'm telling you right now. My cousin Keem is telling you, from his mistakes. We all made our mistakes. Well, Prime. The link needs to be what? For StreamYard. It is for StreamYard. What's going on? Hold up. Let me do it again. Link copied.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm here. No, I was reading the chat and it said the link needs to be for StreamYard, and I'm like, okay, hold up. I know I put the link out there. What the hell is going on? Hold up. See, this where being blind gets you. There we go. Can you see that? Did that pop up? All right, the link is up there. I've been rambling on for about 2 hours now. I hope y'all was able to pick up what I'm putting down. We missed our two co-hosts. Gone Girl, who ain't in here. Oh, okay. Hold up. We got a guest on board. Let me add to the stage. Prime, you there?
Yo, what's up, brother, man? Shout out to the panel, man.
Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, I had to come support you, man. You know?
Definitely appreciate it. So, man, yeah, I always hear about Big Prime over there, Optimus Prime, making big moves over there between here and the DR. So, what is it that you do in order to make your money?
Well, I'm actually bouncing back, brother, because I had two businesses before, and originally I had a car rental business in Miami, and that was good for a little while during the COVID era.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had saved some bread, and I went into the home healthcare space.
Okay, actually, that's what I definitely need to talk with you on that, because if you looked at my I did a live yesterday, or I haven't put the full. I just put a couple of clips out there, but I'm actually, that's where I'm going here in Panama. I'm looking to open up a home health care business here in Panama, because there's a lot of retirees here. So that's a needed industry here for us.
That's a good idea, and you probably won't even have to deal with all the red tape like over here.
Exactly.
You know, so that's not a bad idea at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I went into home health care because the car rental thing slowed down for me in Miami, and so I went to home health care, and I went to Houston, and that was cool for a little while, but you know, I never really got to see the business in full stride, because you know, sometimes when you go into business with different people, investors, you know, sometimes there's differences and stuff. So I ended up going through some type of lawsuit, you know, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I had to regroup, man. So I'm actually from Maryland. I'm right here. I'm outside of DC, like right outside of DC.
Okay.
And I was Army, so I'm getting the, that monthly,
Exactly. Yep.
Getting that at 100, and I've been just grinding, man. Like I do a lot of side work. I was driving Uber. I'm learning how to trade stocks right now. But I'm always, the reason why people always talk about me, entrepreneur spirit, because I have it in me. It's in me. Like I'm gonna start another business. It's in me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people only see the success part, right? They only see the people that are winning, but they don't see the grind it took for them to get there. The 50 businesses they started before that. You know what I
Facts.
mean? They don't see that part. So I mean, I'm gonna get there. You know, it's been a rough decade, but I'm starting to like things are starting to kind of go my way. So I just gotta just stay focused, man. Because a lot of the guys in the space they know me because like I'm always giving game out on businesses that people could start or like investments people can get into, getting into like real estate over in the DR and stuff like that. Because when I traveled, it was because I was looking at business. I didn't go
Hmm.
like most people went. Like they heard something on YouTube. Nah, I got invited through a veteran to go look at some business opportunities, and then I
Okay.
saw. Then I saw the light.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, I heard you say that when I first time I ever heard you on a panel, you talked about restoration, which was crazy because people don't talk about restoration. No one.
Hmm.
And when I heard you say Surf Pro, I was like, oh, this guy know what he's talking about because they used to have the green trucks with the orange on it.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
was
Yep.
like, yeah, he
I
knows.
was one driving those. I was driving either the box truck or the cargo van. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember you talking about that. So, and then this live was good, man. I didn't hear everything. I was kind of in and out, but man, like the military and stuff, man. Like a lot of the stuff they just didn't tell us, man. Like a lot of the black and Hispanic brothers when we got out. Excuse me. There was nothing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even the benefits part of it, because I didn't, it was 20 years before somebody told me about I could actually get my benefits increased. Me and my father was sitting on 30% for 20 years and happy. We like, yeah, that's a car note right there. That's what my father used to always say. He would take his money and go pay on go finance a Benz or something and use his retirement check in order to get his car paid for. And then finally, our cousin who got out of the Air Force, he started talking to his friends that were prior military when he was working for customs, and they started showing him how to get the increases, and he was the one that told us. And then I ended up like, all right, let me go take a chance with it. And then they increased mine to like 40-50% in the beginning. And I was happy with that.
Yeah.
And he was all like, nah, you could get it increased even more. Matter of fact, just go get a lawyer, man. And he told me, of course, he referred me to this lawyer. And I think it was just last year, the lawyer got me an increase to 80%. So I've been sitting on 30% for 20 years. And and he told me too, he said, as you did this when you first got out, like within the first 6 months, you should have gotten your 100% if you would have went and got a lawyer.
That's how they get people, man. That's how they get people, man. I didn't know about it till 5 years after I got out, and then I went for it. It was tough. I got all the way up to like 90 on my own, and then somebody had to help me get over, get over because I just didn't. There was stuff I just didn't know about. I didn't even
Yeah.
know about. I didn't know what a secondary condition was. I didn't know supplemental claim. I didn't know anything. They don't tell you any of that. There's no hand like there is, but there isn't, right? Like they don't tell you, hey, if you want to get your disability or whatever, you got to go here and look. They don't tell you that. They just say, hey, man, here's your ACAP packet, and good luck, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important, man. And like we, in the back channels, bro, we could talk, man, and see how you can get over, man. Get over to 100, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of gaps in people's stuff, man.
exactly. Because I mean, really, they wasn't trying to get me for my blindness, because they was like, oh, that's not what they told me. That's not a service connected disability. That what you have. But one of the lawyers was telling me was they could have prevented it because you only had it in one eye when you went to the hospital, and now you got it in both eyes, and they didn't do nothing in order to try to help you save it from having in both eyes. So therefore, they're liable for that. And I was like,
word?
word?
So you're kind of like basically you legally blind, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah. Oh yeah, they gotta. Oh, and then they might even have to, depending on how it's fought, they might have to backdate all the way from when, you know.
Exactly.
Ooh, man, yeah, they might have to backdate that all the way from when they initially gave you whatever.
The
What do you claim when
diagnosis,
you put the claim?
exactly.
Yeah, with the diagnosis, man. So I mean, look, even a simple thing as like shaving profile, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was anything for people that had skin razor bumps and stuff like that. That's a huge deal.
Yep. And there's cats that's getting paid at least, 10-15% just on a shaving profile.
Oh, they gave me 30. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow. You
yeah.
joking.
Man, hit me up on the back channels, man. Like, just stuff like that. It's just how you help people, man. Like, there was a guy who helped me. He was in the Marines. I was Army. There was a guy who helped me, and then like what I did, I paid it forward. I said, all right, well, he helped me, so I helped two other brothers get their 100, and then my other bro just got his 90. So now he just got to get over, and my other boy just got 60. So he just got to get over. So it's like there's so many little gaps that people that don't know. Simple things that's like CPAP, like snoring in your sleep. All those things you should be getting compensated for.
Yep.
Sleep apnea.
Yeah. And you were in Japan. You probably got exposed to so much chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna get over, man. Just hit me up, man, and I'll put you in touch with my people that help me.
All right, much appreciated. But yeah, that home. So when you was doing the rental car stuff, was that through Turo or did you actually have an official lot?
So what I did was I was a broker. So at first I thought I was gonna go the Turo route, but my credit wasn't where it needed to be at the time, and I was like, all right, what should I do? So I took this course, and remember everybody was selling courses at one point. So I took this course, and then I ended up learning how to make, because I'm a relationships guy. I'm really good at that. That's something I'm actually good at. So I said, okay. I said, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just start talking to all the exotic car owners in Miami. I'm gonna talk to as many as I can. I'm gonna go. I flew to Miami, and I went to every single exotic car dealer, exotic car rental I could find. So I went to all of them and I said, yo, you know what I'm saying? My name is Prime. This is what I got going on. I just want to, so I became a broker like that. I just started brokering for them. So what I did was I had my own company. So a company would give me a Lamborghini Urus, like a Lambo truck. They'll give it to me for like, at the time, at first it was $1,000. So they give it to me for $1,000. I rent it out for $1,200. I rent it out for $1,300. I rent it out for $1,400, depending on the weekend. And I rent it out for $1,400 a day. So I might be making $300-$400 a day, and those cars are 2-3 day minimums, right? So I'm making $300-$400 a day per car. That's how I was making my money.
$300-$400 a day. That's not a bad end of the day.
Oh no, it's not bad day. You're not driving. You're not doing nothing. You find the people who want to drive the stuff. And then the only thing that at the time was difficult was a lot of these companies, they didn't let you drive their car for like marketing and stuff, which would have helped a lot. Because if they let you take the car out for marketing, you would have more customers. But, people don't realize how much these things really cost, man. These cars are like $250,000, man. And there's so much issues and liabilities with these cars, man. It just costs too much to replace one thing. So it's I understand why they were kind of like that, But I was doing the cars. I was doing even like cars like the S500, C-Class, E300. I was doing all of those, even those cars. Audi A4. I was doing those. I made more money on that's funny. I made a lot more money on the cheaper cars. But then I got into the boats. You know, started doing the boats in Miami, and
Now,
then the
how does
boats was
that game work? Because it's funny. One of the girls that does my tours, she just showed me one of her friends who actually has a yacht out here, and she was saying, we need to get into that game. So I was telling her, well, I'm trying to build up my brand and my personality, so when people come to Panama, I could plug, the yacht parties or whatever in. But how do you get into that game?
I did the same thing, man. I'm a relationships guy, so I met this girl. I think she was from Peru, no, Colombia. I think she was from, and you know, it's funny, man, because a lot of times people think like the Latinos and stuff, they ain't gonna try to look out for you. I made all my money with the Latinos. They put me on, so it's like it's just how you approach the situation, right? So she she had all access to like over like 400 or 500 boats. So I said, okay, look, give me some of the boats you got, like show me some of them, and I'm a book them. So I started booking the boats. Like I started doing the same thing. I started putting my money on the top. The problem with the boats was, um, usually the guy, they have the captain and the I forgot what they call the guy. The
First
guy.
mate.
Yeah, he would. What they would do sometimes is they would try to steal your customers. They'll be like, "Oh, how much you paid?" They'll be like, "Oh, no, 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 don't go to him next time. Come to me. You don't have to pay that." Because they don't realize I got to make my spread. So it got to
Yeah,
the
they
point with the
they
boats.
undercut you.
Yeah, it got to the point with the boats. I wasn't making that much money no more. Because remember, I'm going through another girl, and she's putting her price on it. So I said, okay. Then I started.
Middleman, bro. Shit.
Yeah, and then I started booking private jets. Um, I got with the brokerage company. They were in New York at the time, and now I think they're in Atlanta. I got with them, and pretty much I started booking with like what they have something called an open leg. So let's say Black Cleaner, you and Brother King, let's say y'all it's y'all birthday coming up, and y'all like, man, we want to fly to Miami from Boston. We never flew to Miami before. It's our birthday. We want to fly to Miami. I'm gonna say, okay, look, there's a flight going out of Boston on the third of the month, right? It's going on the third. It's going to Boston. Normally, that flight would cost you and him probably like $15,000, right? Depending on the type of jet, $20,000. But because it's an open leg and there's somebody that's trying to get to Boston, but there's nobody else getting on the flight, the seats are open. So now instead of you paying $20,000, you paid me $2,000 each to get on the flight.
Oh, nice.
So that's how I was getting my bread too, because I was doing open legs. I was doing open legs and I was getting my bread like that. So there's so many things that you'll see on Instagram and you'll see people flying and all that. They're not telling you that they're doing open legs and this and that. They're not telling you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. The cheat codes,
Yeah,
And that's
the
really all
information.
these things are, is just cheat codes, like how we used to play the Nintendo. Everybody knows the
Yeah,
damn
man.
cheat codes for Contra.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what and then when the that was good for a while. I started booking suites at the Miami Heat Arena. At the time it was American Airlines Arena. So I started booking suites for people up in the Bacardi Lounge in the VIP level. I started doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it. It was a lifestyle company, so I did a little bit of everything, but the cars was like my main thing. And then that started slowing down because during the pandemic, a lot of I'll be honest with you, a lot of my clientele they were kind of the fast life people.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, and you started noticing, hey, what happened to so and so? They're like, oh, you ain't here? Oh man, he up the road, man. They got him. They got him somewhere in Schenectady or something. They'll say some crazy place. I'm like, oh man. So, I started like putting some bread up, and then I said, all right, this is slowing down. I gotta do something. And then I heard about home health, and I met this guy. He was interested in the car game because he had some Rolls Royces and stuff. So he said, hey, listen, how much you want me to pay you to teach me how to do this? I said, no, listen, what do you do? He said, oh, I do home health, blah, blah, blah. I said, how much, what's the numbers? And he told me the numbers. I mean, you could, at a good home health business, man, you could make 7 figures easily. So he was like, tell me what he was making and stuff. So I said, look, don't pay me nothing. I'm going to show you, and you show me. You know what I mean? And so he showed me how to kind of get that going, put me in touch with the right people, and I started that in Houston.
Okay, so is it still going or?
No, I got sued. I had a lawsuit, man. I sold the company.
Okay.
I didn't get the exit the way I wanted to, because usually you sell a company when your books are good, everything is going good. I had to sell my company before I even started really getting revenue, but it was worth something because I had the licenses. Like sometimes you'll have what's called providers. So you'll have like my company. I had Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had Amerigroup. I had Aetna. The providers, insurance providers. So that makes your company worth. Yeah, I had the VA. So that makes your company worth more when you have more licenses.
Okay. Yeah, because as I said, I've been talking to a couple of peoples, and they definitely want to do it. I was trying to do something where I could actually have a satellite where the people, I could have a home in the States, and then the people who are at the home in the States, when they feel like it, they could come to the home over here in Panama. You know what I'm saying, and be over here. And I'm still getting the check for, them being, in my circle, in my circuit.
If that's the case, right? Because I haven't been to Panama. But if that's the case, what might save you the headache is if you just open up a veterans clinic in Panama.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, I'm sure you know about the foreign medical program, right?
Yeah. FMP, yeah.
Yes, yeah. You can open up your own foreign medical program, and you just got to figure out how to get licensed and stuff. But you can open up your own foreign medical program in Panama, and then you can just start getting vets to, come to your clinic and get massages and get therapy and get all the things that you would get if you went into like not like a full service VA, but like a wellness place. Mental health, therapy, because they got places like that already in the DR. So there might be a market for you in Panama, and the margins are good. The margins are good, bro.
All right, so
I would
glad
do that.
You came up, because I definitely want to. I told you we had a meeting yesterday. If you look at some of my shorts, we was actually talking about that. I already have a partner who wants to do, some of the stuff, but she was talking about non-medical services. But you saying that we could actually do the full spectrum, the medical services too.
Yeah. You could do the full. You could do that. I know some people who just opened another clinic in the DR, and man, I'm telling you right now, the margins and the headache. Like, I think home health comes with a certain type of headache, and on top of that, I don't know what the regulations are between here and Panama. So I would prefer, if it was me, I would do it in Panama. I read that Panama has one of the largest expat communities in the world. So there's so much money right there.
Yeah, it's getting big. Shout out to Charlotte Van Horn, because homegirl is doing her thing. She's bringing, if anybody's responsible for bringing these expats, well, the black expats mainly over here, it's her. And she's been doing her thing for the past couple of years. There's another lady that brings the white expats, but Charlotte's the one who's been bringing all the black folks over here. So,
if you get a chance, man, look into that, man, because that's where it's going. Because for vets to know that I can get my medications, I can get therapy. I can get physical therapy. I can get an aquatic therapy, a pool, whatever. If I can get these services in Panama City, why do I have to go back to Miami, or why do I have to go back to the States for anything? Unless it's a major surgery or whatever, why do I have to go back? I get everything here. I go to Black Cleaners Clinic, and he's got everything I need in there. Listen, I've heard some crazy numbers, man. I've heard some crazy numbers that some of these clinics are making. You know, so.
But the question is the startup cost, the buy-in, and if you was to do that, well, you know something, I'm going to do it. I'm definitely. I don't even want to say less. I don't even want to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to actually, you know, talk with you on the back channels so that we could definitely make something happen here. Because I was already, you know, doing it. We was trying to find a location. I was going to start with just doing the mobile nurses, you know, just making house calls and having them go out, and then create a like you just said, have a house where I could actually facilitate some of the retired and disabled people here and just do a home health care, and then, you know, scale from there. But the way that you're talking, you're saying having a wellness clinic, that would be dope.
Yeah,
because
that would be good.
What I'm noticing here, like I was just talking to a guy who came to my house, and he said he was in the he actually owned a gymnasium here before they what's it called, Planet Fitness came to Panama. He's been here for about 30 years now, and he was saying like you just said, the influx of the expats is starting to change the game. But the thing about here with the gyms is, you know how you go to LA Fitness and they got the jacuzzi, the swimming pool, the sauna, in addition to the classes and the weights. They don't combine spa and gym here in they're at their spots at Planet Fitness, and just got the weights. They have a Smart Fit, but the Smart Fit, they only got like a tanning booth and a massage chair in there, and it's just weights. You see what I'm saying? They don't got no pools. They're like, yo, you know, that's spa. Go to the spa. Go get a day pass from all these hotels that got spas here. Go to the spa. Go do a day pass.
Well, now you just struck another thing, right? Because you could start. It's funny you said that, because you could start lower with a lower entry as far as finances, because you could do what you said with the home nurse thing, but for the vets. Yeah. And then you could get that and so you could actually have the nurses and the caregivers, the massage therapists, you can have them just go to the vet's crib.
Yeah.
Until you start running up a bag to where you're like, all right, I got that part down. Let me try to see if I can get money down for a clinic to at least get a pool and a weight room and a gym, just so people can go and chill.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that, you know, I'll tell you, like, you know, off the internet, but like there's a lot of things that you could do, and there's a lot of brothers that's working on stuff like that, man. I know a guy who's working on one in Colombia. You know, you connect you with him. Like, it's just so many people that are working on stuff, and they have more information than I do, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you from the surface. And even to do you one better, if you go to the next time you go to the DR, or, you know, in case you end up going to DR for Ryan's party,
yeah,
I'll help you get signed up to one of the clinics in the DR. So when you get there, you can see kind of how they run it.
Yeah.
And you can see for yourself,
and then duplicate it. Yep.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I'm like, and then it's Panama. Like, what, man? Once they find out there's an American or there's a vet doing that, and and I don't have to go. I don't even have to go. You see, they even have it to the point where they even call the cabs for you and the Ubers. They pay for that. So you have to know. You have to know that the margins are good, because they want you to come in. If the margins wasn't good, they wouldn't be paying for your cab. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't be paying for you to come in. So, you know, that stuff that we could talk about, you know, behind the scenes. But yeah, they cooking, man. So you cooking, man. You in the right place, bro. You just gotta focus on the vets. You gonna get the money.
Yeah, because that's what I was trying to say when I was at my meeting yesterday. Because here in Panama, all right, of course, the mainstream market is controlled by, and that's one of the things that the brother was saying. He was saying the people who control the mainstream market is the Colombians and the Venezuelans, the Arabs, the East Indians, and the Chinese. And, of course, you got your Americans and your Canadians that's up in there, mixed up in there as well. Black folks, we either in the underground economy or we're in tourism or we're consumers. That's where we're at. And there's so much money that's flowing in the mainstream market, but we're not doing the things that needs to be done in order to tap into that mainstream market. But if we did, it would, number one, it would require us to, work together, like what you're talking about. Okay, all of the Black vets, supporting, this FMP wellness clinic, and then everybody else will follow. But also, too, us getting together to legitimize the business, getting all of the paperwork and everything in order to get it to be above board.
Okay.
So
let me give you a quick example. You guys are a little bit older than me, right? I'm 34. You guys remember like Public Enemy?
Yeah.
So they had a guy in Public Enemy. He was the Minister of Information, Professor Griff. I'm sure you guys remember, right?
Yeah, I met him because he lives in Atlanta. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is the thing that people forget. Every team needs a Minister of Information. They need a guy to go get the info. This is the biggest issue that I'm noticing when I run across different groups and people doing business. It's like, okay, where are y'all getting information from? It's like, oh, no, we heard, or, this guy said it, or ChatGPT. Like, all right, you need a guy specifically to say, hey, can you just go get that info, man? And then you bring it back to the group and we sit down and we chop it up, we dissect it. Because that is so important. I remember the first time I even heard the term Minister of Information, I said, damn, that's fire. Like, people having that one guy. I mean, everybody's going to be looking for information, but that one guy that we like, all right, we know he going to have something for the table. When we sit down on Friday, we know he got something for us.
Right.
I
like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
You like that, right? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Bro, I like it a lot because that makes me relate that to basketball. With years of analogy of the sport, someone sat down and figured out you need a big three. Ain't no team won a championship without a big three. Ever. And that's the same analogy to what you just broke down to me, dog.
Yeah, bro. It's so much. It's like what Black Cleaner has right now. He don't, man. You will be. I'm talking about. You don't even believe me, bro. Your first year, you're not even gonna believe me how much money you can make your first year. You're not even gonna believe me. Especially if vets don't have a color.
Exactly.
Hispanic vets, everybody gonna be like, where? Who? We going? And I don't have to go. I could be in the crib and have the lady come and massage me and bring the little bed and everything and massage me at the house. Oh man. And then you start throwing like, monthly gatherings and stuff. This is what they do, man. I gotta show you what they doing in the DR, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to the DR, you gonna say, man, okay, I if I bring this back to Panama, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over with. With your twist.
Great. Yeah. As I said, we definitely gonna have to talk in the back chat about this. So I'm definitely gonna hit you up because I know you're in the trips group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll hit you up on that so that we can talk about this.
For sure, man. That'll be better and less headache and more in your alley and still being able to help the community because you're gonna have a lot of Panamanians working. You're gonna have to create a lot of
Exactly.
jobs.
Exactly. And that's pretty much
Massage
where
therapists.
yep. Because I actually got a girl right now who's she's starting her salon here in Panama, and she's actually going to school to get certified for podiatry. And I was showing her some other stuff in that. I was all like, yo, because you'd be surprised how many people are going to the podiatrist, for foot care, whether it be an ingrown hair or even their Achilles heel for rehab. Because I remember one of my roommates before I moved to this spot, he ended up having some problems with his Achilles tendon, and he had to go to the podiatrist. And I was like, yo, there's some money in that. Yo, definitely. We need to hurry up and get this salon open. So
Yeah, man.
It's
funny how it's funny how there's money like medical is often overlooked, but it's funny how there's money in these places that people would never think of. Like cleaning. Like you brought that up so many times, and it's like people ain't listening. They're
exactly.
You've been telling people like, yo, and you were saying one time, you were like, the industry is wide open, and the white dudes is getting all the bread.
Yep. I was going because I was going to those conventions. I went to like 2 or 3 conventions because I was a part of, on Facebook, they got a lot of cleaning Facebook groups. So I would be going into the Facebook groups, and all I'm seeing is a whole bunch of white boys. It'd be like maybe 2 or 3 black cats. And it was, and I would be one of them. And I'd be like, yo, there's no black, union or cleaning group. And they was, and the white boys, as soon as I would say something like that, they'd be like, oh, he's being racist. We're all cleaners. God damn it. Why are you here? And I'm like, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to see where's my corner. That's all I'm trying to figure out. How you start bringing all that racism over here. And I was like, okay. And then I ended up going into another dude's, and he was a black guy. He had his own Facebook group, but he was on that Republican type of mindset. I'm not gonna call my man. He was real cool, and he was like, oh, you need to chill out with all of that racism, pro-black stuff, man. You need to chill out. We're not trying to be on that. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be on no, what I told him, I said, just because I'm pro-black doesn't mean I'm anti-white. And he was all like, well, fine, just go start your own group. And that's what I did. I ended up starting my own group, the Black Cleaners and Restoration Group, and started recruiting a lot of the black cleaners.
If somebody didn't know you and they heard you talk, I could see how they could perceive that.
Mm-hmm. You
know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you talk, it feel like you up there saying UNITY, like you sound like you really with that. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I get it. I respect it. You know what I mean? It's just now we're in a place where it's okay. You know what I mean? It's all right to say, yeah, I'm black, I'm unapologetic. But some people that might want to spend money with you or do business with you, they might be put off by it, right? I was telling somebody, like, because they kept saying the black man travel. I'm like, bro, there's Hispanic, there's white people listening to you right now. You're alienating them. You know what I mean?
I get you on that one. But the funny thing is this. Because here in because we all live been in these Latin American countries, they can get away with it because they speak another language. The only reason that we are not able to get away with it is because we're speaking English where everybody understands what we're saying.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. Because as soon as they start talking, in their language, the Latin Americans, and they talk about la raza, improvement of the race. They basically saying the same thing that I'm saying, but because they understand, we all understand what I'm saying. Now you can, what's the word? Denigrate what I'm saying or villainize what I'm saying.
Yeah. I got you. got you.
But at the same
So
time, too, as I was telling people, the reason that they want to villainize what I'm saying is because we as Black people are the primer for their engines. They already have their people's unity, okay, which is the way that they're able to have stability in their okay, if you already got the support of your family and your friends, okay, what happens when you have a whole new sector of people coming to support that you don't even consider? That's the way that you make your millions. And that's what happens with a lot of these other groups. They'll have the Jews support them, but it's when the way that they get rich is when the Black folks come to support them. Same thing with the Chinese. The Chinese already have the support of the Chinese people, but it's that extra money of the Black folks that come in and support their business that makes them rich. So that's all I'm saying. And when we create our own business, who's supporting us? We barely get even the Black folks to support us.
To support, yeah.
Yo, but hold up. Yo, that's so foul. That is so foul because you want to be like us. You want to take our rhythm and our dance moves and steal our soul, but you don't want us. You don't want to see us grow. Yo, like, how is that even possible, yo? Like, how are we? We are the shit, bro, and I'm not gonna stop saying it.
But see, what you fail to understand, Keem,
adapting to hip hop and adapting to our culture and want to be a part of our culture. Hold up, bro. Let me finish. You niggas talk so much. Let me finish. Like, that's not cool, yo. We all should be able to. I can't say that this should be a damn soul food restaurant in every corner of the world. There's damn sure a Chinatown in every corner of USA. That's just getting old. How I fuck with you, but you don't fuck with me. I'm starting to feel some type of way about that, bro. Hard. Now I
agree. I agree with you. But as I was about to explain to you, money is like energy. And if you know the law of energy, okay, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It simply transfers from one place to another. So, meaning, if all of us have a certain amount of money circulating, okay, if now I become a producer of what you are producing over in your corner of the world, like as you said, the Chinese food restaurant. Now I got the soul food restaurant. There's only certain amount of customers for our industry. So they're only going to come to, so it has to flow somewhere. So what they try to do is, and I have to put it in this analogy, with the whole state property, Benny Siegel, there ain't no competition. You either get down or lay down. Because I want the money flowing over here. I don't want to share the circulating or the flow of the food money. So I don't want you opening up a soul food restaurant across the street from me, because that's going to take away my market share. And that's what really happens as soon as we.
You missed my point. There's a Chinatown in numerous parts of the USA. Where's there a nigga town in China? Where's there a nigga town in Japan? And I don't want to say niggas, but where's Black town in those places? Where's that at, bro?
That's what I just said. I understand what you're saying. They don't want the competition. That's what I'm saying.
Why are we competition and you're still in?
Because to them it's a market share. Well, I'll say this. We believe in the law, even what Prime just said. Prime said it best. There's money. We all can make money. We all can eat. You know what I'm saying? There's money is abundance. They don't believe in that. They believe in scarcity. So they're like, all right, well, because these resources are scarce, we need to have somebody being a consumer to our production, to our supply. That's really what it is. So it's fucked up. But that's what it is. What it is, and the name of the game is we need to understand that's what it is.
We have to start changing. And I'm not trying to say we trying to run Chinese restaurants out the hood, but if you don't fuck with me, I'm not fucking with you either. And that has to start happening.
So it's funny you said that, brother, because when I went to Nigeria, they had a Chinatown. When I went to Ghana, they had Chinese business owners telling black people what to do in Africa. They have, I know you heard about Jamaica, Chinese running things in Jamaica, in Trinidad. They in the DR. They got like Home Depot type of spots in the DR. These Chinese people, everywhere you go, there's a Chinatown everywhere. In Africa too. They even have a Chinese police station in South Africa. A police station. Can you imagine if us three set up a police station in Hong Kong? We wouldn't make it tonight, man.
Fuck out of here. That would never happen, bro. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, man. I get it, man. It's frustrating.
And as black people, that's the type of shit we gotta start paying attention to in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you don't fuck with me, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah, facts, bro. You know, when I used to cut hair before I got into business stuff. I was a barber in the Bronx, right? And all the Arab dudes from Yemen and all that, they owned all the chicken spots off of Burnside Avenue and all that. They owned all the chicken spots. And there was a guy I would talk to every day. I thought he was my friend. We talk every day outside. He smoked a cigarette. I'm just on the phone. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I'll be outside talking to him when I ain't have customers. I thought he was my friend. One day I said, hey man, you own 2 spots, a liquor store and a chicken spot on this same street. How do you do that? How did you find the capital? How did you do that? You know what he told me? He said, you don't want this life. Just go back to work. You don't want to be an entrepreneur. I'm like, so why are you doing it then? So
yeah, that's with money. They want to deter you away from doing what they're doing and doing it better than them.
Yeah, they don't. He did right then and there. If I didn't have the entrepreneur spirit, he would have shut down my dreams. If I didn't have that spirit. But guess what? I knew another guy on the street, Korean, they owned a Chinese chicken spot, a carry-out spot. And he told me, I said, yo, how did y'all get the bread? He said, listen, when we're coming from Korea, they have, like, I know you guys have heard of it. Some people call it Susu Association, you know, like where everybody puts money together for the community. So he said, when you get here, when you land in Queens from Korea and you land in Flushing, they got 200,000, 250,000, 300,000 waiting for you. The community, they got the bread waiting for you. And they give you the bread. They say, okay, you're going to open this. They tell you what you got to open. You're going to open this because we need this. You're going to open that. Then the next family comes.
Like Black Wall Street, brother.
See? And he told me that. He gave me the sauce. I said, oh. And I started thinking about us. I said, man, you give the first dude 200,000, man. You never see him again. Or so that's how it used to be. People waking up.
Exactly. But there's ways to, you know, like what you just said. There are ways, like when I came to Panama, I invested in this girl that I was dating business. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give her the money. I just said, okay, well, what do you need in order to do the business? I need the supply. So I ended up going and buying the supply so that she could do the business. All right, well, you know, when you start making your money, just pay me back when you pay me. I mean, when you start making your money. So there's and I got that from my brother because my brother Nick, when he was in Boston, he was doing the pest control, and there was a guy who was doing a conversion on a brownstone, and he converted the brownstone into 4 units, 4 condominiums. and he wanted my brother a part of it. And my brother was like, yo, I ain't got the dough. So the dude was all like, don't worry about it. And, you know, he was connected, you know, into, you know, one of them groups. And he made a phone call. And he said, all right, I got this guy here who I want a part of the organization, but he needs a loan. So they loaned him, you know, like it was like $10,000, $15,000. It wasn't that big because it was still in the 80s when he did it. And of course, as you said, my brother was all happy because he's about to receive the $15K. And the brother looked at him. He said, nah, you don't touch the money. This is, you just put your name on this dotted line and we're going to give you the unit. And what you do with the unit is up to you. But the money comes to us. So that's the key on how to, you know, do these things is what you said is like, okay, we don't have to necessarily give the person the $200,000. We just tell them, do you want to do this, you know, this business over here? Do you find this to be worthwhile? And if they say, yeah, all right, we'll sign your name here. We'll handle all of the back channels on it. And then when we tell you to go, you get to work.
That's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. You know, I was kind of cutting corners when I was telling it, but that's how they do it.
Right,
and they know anyway. They know you're not about to run off on it anyway, because they know
exactly
that's not how they get down.
One thing we're gonna do on Nate Real Talk, we're gonna talk real always.
Facts.
Don't ever hold anything back, bro. We don't ever want you to hold anything back. Speak your mind, even if you feel like, you know. Of course, we gotta watch our delivery of words, but don't hold no punches. We don't want no punches hold ever on this show. So please always keep it 100.
Prime been in this space for a minute. He's an OG. So Prime always, and anytime I talk to Prime got some gems. So I always respect when he gets on the panel.
Yeah, I learn from everybody, man. I'm here to learn. Like, I learned so much, bro. You know, even in the back channels, I've gotten so much game. Just like how we're talking about the stuff you're about to get into, that's all from just back channels, talking to people, learning what's going on, and patronizing their businesses.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing too. Being in this, like Charlie Chan says, being in this thing of ours, you know, I get to meet a lot of, you know, people, the movers and shakers that are really doing some good things, like Unc Jay and Miguel. You know, to be able to go to Cartagena and actually see what they built over there in Cartagena, that boutique hotel, or even just to hang out with Miguel here in Panama. That was fire. You know, to link up with Ryan here in Panama and to be able to go out and, you know, to see how he does things on the YouTube streets. And DCPRT, you know, everybody, you know, when they came to Panama, they looked me up, they showed me love. And we was able to go hang out and, you know, break bread and, you know, talk some game. And I see how they're moving. And I'm like, yo, I found my tribe. That's what the thing that I do love about you all. You Prime, Misha and Rainier, Ryan, PRT, Ronan, both Ronans, you know, I'm not excluding none of them. Yeah.
I love this.
Charlie Chan, Tam, or everybody, you know.
Shouts to everybody the Black Cleaner is mentioning right now.
Exactly.
It's crazy, you know, how
Travel POV, got to put that in there because if it wasn't for the intro, I got to give him shout outs for that intro that he gave me.
Yeah, this is the side of the space that people don't, you know, they don't really know about, because this is what we really get into over here, you know. And
it's okay because they'll figure it out later. It might not hit right now, but as long as the content is here. Because as I said, I mean, here we are, we in our 30s and 40s, okay? And there's a lot of information that nobody told us when we was growing up, like the military and the benefits and, you know, all of this blue collar hustle, the money that you can make doing this. But as soon as we was able to, to really peep game and get some sense into ourselves, that's when we started, looking for it. As they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So we are not this content here that we're creating right now might not be for today, but as long as I keep it out there, somebody's going to be like, yo, like what you just said about Professor Griff. Okay, there's going to be a Professor Griff who's going to be looking for this information.
Yeah, man. So I just want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all. I got to run, but I appreciate the panel, man. I'll definitely come back and support, man. Shout out to brother Cool King, man. It's nice to meet you, brother.
Shout out to you too, bro. I'm looking forward to interacting with you again, man.
All right, brother. All right, Black Cleaner, yeah, man. Hit me up, man, on the back channels, man. I'll get you going. Hit me tomorrow, whatever. I'll get you going. All right, bro.
Let me unmute myself. Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna hit you as soon as I get off. As soon as we end this, I'm gonna hit you.
All right, bro.
All right. Peace. There you have it. So what you think about this one, King?
I don't even want to talk about it. I just need people to like and subscribe, chime in, send your opinions, tune in, send your comments, and help us keep this going.
Facts. And Prime just touched on another thing. I didn't even talk about the industry that I'm in, which is the cleaning industry, which is another hidden gem out here. Because I was in the pest control industry and I lost my driver's license, and I lost my job because I lost my driver's license. I didn't lose my driver's license, but I got into a car accident, and my insurance, to insure me the premiums would have been too high. So no pest control company wanted to mess with me. And in order to do pest control, you gotta be able to drive to the customer's location. So I was out of a job for like a year and a half, just sitting at home. And that's when the BP oil spill happened. And somebody told me a long time ago, just what I told you earlier about the law of money. The law of money is similar to the law of energy. It's not created nor destroyed. It just transfers from one hand to another. So what you got to do is figure out where the flow of energy or the flow of money is going and position yourself there. And when the BP oil spill happened, that's when I saw it. I was like, oh, there's about to be a whole bunch of money flowing there. How the hell do I get there? How can I get some of that money? And shout out to, my cousin during that time. He hit me up on Facebook and he was like, yo, I'm out here getting this BP money. I said, how the hell are you getting the BP money? He's like, yo, I'm out here, driving the back trucks that suck up the oil. I was like, word? He was like, yo, this all you got to do is go get your hazardous, it's called a HAZWOPER, Hazardous Waste Operation Emergency Response card. And it only takes it's only a 40-hour class. Anybody knows what a 40-hour class is? That's just a week course, 8 hours. You take the test, you pay your money, they give you your certification. As soon as you get your certification, you can get hired to be a technician or whatever to go to work. So I took his advice. I went and paid, I had a little bit of money. So I paid the $500, took the course, got my certification. And then he told me, yo, come on down to, what's it called? He told me to come on down to the Gulf. He was in Alabama during that time, Mobile, Alabama. So I drove from Atlanta to Mobile, Alabama. And he took me to the agency where he was working at. And they told me to stick around. And I waited 2 days and they hired me on the third day. I did a drug test. Of course, I don't drink or smoke, so that was nothing. I showed them my HAZWOPER card and they had me on the next, they gave me a rent-a-car. They gave me, $16 an hour plus $60 a day per diem. They paid for my hotel. And they had me working 7 days a week cleaning up the oil. That's what started it. And then when I got home, somebody was saying, well, you're not in the oil refinery area. but you can do the hurricane cleaning, the hurricane cleanups. So I went and got my certification for water damage restoration, which is a 3-day course, only $400. And then once I had that certification, I was able to get on with Service Master and Serve Pro and all of those. And from then, I've never ran out of work. I've never not needed a job after that, after I got those 2 certifications. And then what I didn't notice was right down the street from my house in Stone Mountain, there was the Clean Harbors office in one of the industrial parks right around the corner from my house. Clean Harbors does the what I was doing in Mobile, Alabama. So, and I ended up going there by accident because I was doing some, I had to do a flood cleaning over there, and I saw the Clean Harbors back there. And I was talking to a couple of the guys, just that was out on a smoke break. And they was like, yeah, there's plenty of people here. Now, we don't, of course, we'll do some of the highway hazardous waste because, they'll have a couple of oil tankers and that will get into accidents, and they'll send us out in order to clean up those oil spills. But for the most part, the guys that cohere, we send them out to the Gulf. We just recruit here, and then we send them out to the Gulf, and we put them up in the hotels and stuff. So really, I could have stayed in the hazardous waste cleanup industry in Atlanta had I known about the Clean Harbors that was right around the corner from my house. I would have just been out, I'd have been out of town a whole lot more than, which would have probably been better because it would have saved my damn relationship I had with my baby mama, knowing that I wasn't around. But because I stayed home, I was there to catch some things that I was able to catch. I was able to be nosy more and able to catch some things, and that's what caused our relationship to break apart. But hey, everything happens for a reason. But that's what I'm just saying. The cleaning industry, you ain't got to go out here and just be a house cleaner. Even though house cleaners do make good money, especially in the States. You know, if you own your own company, because you can make your average house cleaning is going to cost $150. But if you don't want to be, sweeping and mopping, you can go out here and do the heavy duty stuff. Just run the machines. Because that's all I did. I just ran the machines, and I was making, as a technician, I started at $15, $16 an hour, but then I started going to $20, $25 an hour. And then once I got my own equipment and my own tools, now I was able to write my own ticket. Instead of me getting paid the $15 an hour, I'm going in, demanding $100, $175. If it's a flood, I done got paid in 3 days, $8,000 in 3 days on a flood. Somebody's basement flooded.
Key word. What was the key word and everything you just said?
Ownership, pretty much.
Nah, you didn't even say ownership. You said tools.
Tools, yeah, I had the tools. I had my own tools. I owned my own tools. I was no longer a technician. So since I had my own tools, my own van, my own extractor, I could go up in there and write my own ticket. And because I got the training from the people who do it every day, and I was doing it to standard, everybody loved it. Because it was no different. And and you'd be surprised how many people do support you. When they see that you doing something positive, and it's something that they don't want to do. Because there was a couple of Chinese people.
If I'm doing something positive, I said I would hope I would get support from my peoples if I'm doing something positive.
Yeah, especially if it's something that they don't want to do. Like, I remember the dude, there was a Chinese dude, Mr. Lee. He owns the liquor store in Atlanta, not Atlanta. It's on Rock Chapel Road, 124 Liquors. All right. He lives out in Alpharetta in Georgia. Okay. his house flooded. Well, his basement flooded. He put me on to do the flood for the basement. You know what I'm saying? See, that's when the other people will support you. You know, the foreigners will support you. When you're doing something that's a utility that they ain't trying to mess with, and you're not being competition to them. And if there's nobody in their circle that's doing it, that's when they'll support you. So not, you know, all of his peoples, they in health and beauty. They're in, as you just said, they're in, they own liquor stores. They own corner stores. Ain't none of them doing cleaning. Ain't none of them doing restoration. So and because, you know, I done went up in his spot a couple of times and bought some, you know, even though I don't drink, you know, there's been times I had to go up in there and buy some champagne or buy something for a party or whatever. He knew me. So as soon as his house flooded, I got the call. And he had a big house. I mean, his basement was the size of my house.
You gained that off of network.
Exactly. So it's not that, you know, the people are pro, I mean, they are pro them, you know, whatever race they are, Chinese, pro-white, pro-Asian, pro-Indian, but they do support. It's just that if you're in competition, they're going to go to them first. So we just got to do the same thing. Take a page out of their book. We do support them if they're doing good service, but we need to support ourselves when we got the service.
Yeah, we got to support ourselves first.
Yep. But also stop being consumers and start being producers.
And if that means momentarily cutting ties, we're not saying we just gonna not ever fuck with you again. We just gotta go focus on us, and we just gonna need you to respect that.
Facts. Because charity starts at home.
Listen, people, we are live every Monday at 8 o'clock. Real Talk with Nate, the Black Cleaner. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, so we can continue putting gems like this out. You know, I really feel that this was very informative. There was a plethora of information on this live that Keem, myself,
You could just say plethora.
Yes, of information we put out.
No.
I'm definitely gonna clip this up because I know there's gonna be plenty of clips on here. I wish, you know, Gone Girl, Fatima, Monique could have been on here to, you know, share some of the information. But
hey,
like
listen,
anything else,
it's been the fellas. It's been the fellas holding it down. Now, not saying that nobody's pushing that narrative, but we want females on the panel. Also, we want females' opinion. This ain't just about males. This is about people. I don't care what race, creed, color you're about, male, female. We're gonna get into some things. We're gonna talk about some things. Yeah, we are. But we do need some females on the panel. And those that have showed up, and if it comes a time where there are other females showing up, don't be mad. Show up.
show up and show out. But yeah, I definitely appreciate us politicking like this tonight. We done been on here for 3 hours and 28 minutes.
Just you and I in the beginning. We got one person show up to come on the panel, show some love tonight. Highly appreciated.
Shout out to the people in the chat, Travel POV, Prime, DM. I can't even say his name. I don't even want to butcher his name.
You wanna
Who else?
see if there's anything there before we tune out.
Chalupe, thanks. Damn, Chalupe said he'll be 51. Hold on. You still there, Chalupe? You should get on too, man. I want to hear what you got to say. I know you, but we're definitely gonna revisit this money making mindset. This is actually us spinning the block on that, because when I first got on doing the live Real Talk with Nate, that was our first topic. Because we was talking about, why don't the people who is hustling, you know what I'm saying? Why don't they, learn how to get out and do the positive thing? So this is always going to be one of the topics, because I love talking about, how to get free. And how we get free is, ownership, is being able to also what they call professional development or professional education. One of the things that I learned by reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad is that there's 3 types of education. There's academic education, which you learn in school, college, you know what I'm saying? Professional education, which is your career. And you don't learn that in school and college anymore. You learn that either in the street or you learn that on the job, OJT. And then you have financial education. Once you make the money, how to what do you do with it? Prime touched on it a little bit. He said he talks about trading, that he's doing a little bit of trading. Shout out to DCPRT. He actually has a channel that touches on trading, swing trading, and day trading. That game is an excellent game to get into, because I know plenty of people, that's all they do every day. And they make a daily paycheck just trading. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to one of my cousins and he was like, yo, I just made, $850 today. 2 days ago, I just made $650. And he's like, yo, all I do is I just buy these contracts, for $150. And I just, that's where I get in. And then it'll either go up or it'll go down. But most of the times it'll go up, and I just get out when, when it gets to the point where it's not going to go anymore for the day. So I was like, damn, I want to learn this process, because cats is making, good money learning how to trade, how to buy these contracts and just watch the market go up, or they learning how to short and watching the market go down and learning how to get the money that way. So having a financial education is just as important as having a professional education. But, all right, man, we done been on here for almost 4 hours. I'm gonna claim it at 3.5 hours. You got any final words, Keen?
Love, peace, and happiness.
Okay, Don Cornelius.
Hey, till the next time, next session, same time, same place. Real Talk with Nate, the Black Cleaner.
All right, signing off. I'm gonna sign off with Keem's favorite.
Yeah. Some journeys ain't loud. They just steady, they just real. Nature's Odyssey. Yeah. Still standing.
I walked through fire, didn't fold and break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's Odyssey, still in the game. I done seen the highs and the lows unfold. Heart stay warm when the world went cold. Every scar got a story told. Nate's Odyssey, solid gold.
Yeah.
Back when the road felt heavy on my chest. Suitcase full of dreams, pain in my steps. Left everything behind just to breathe again. Sometimes freedom don't come with friends. Late nights thinking where the time went. Love got distant, heart got bent. But I ain't crumble, I just adjusted. Real men rebuild what's disrupted. Panama breeze with a silent mind. Try trying to leave the past behind. But growth don't come if you stay the same. Sometimes you gotta walk through rain. I walked through fire, then fold and break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's Odyssey, still in the game. I walked through fire, then fold and break. Lost some love, but I still got faith. From the silence, I rebuilt my name. Nate's Odyssey. Ain't no shortcuts in this life I live. Every lesson cost some, had to give. Trust broken, ego tested. Still I rise, still I'm blessed still. They say why you move so calm. Storms don't shake us steady. I done learned what peace really costs. You don't win unless you lost. This ain't flashy, this ain't hype. This grown man, purpose tight. Every episode, every mile. Still got vision, yeah, still got style, yeah. This ain't just travel, it's transformation. This ain't just silence, it's elevation. Yeah. Nate's Odyssey.
We out. Peace.
Till next time.